take a life? Do you want to cross that line? Because it's a long way back from hell.
I learned a long time ago that there's no sense getting all riled up every time a bunch of idiots give you a hard time. In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should. Plus, I have a really large penis. That keeps me happy.
Now, what you've got here is a scrotum and nothing else.
Vagina.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Nerdrotic Nooner. Almost on time. Barely made it. I was on a little jaunt with my family. We're going walking to the lake. It's a beautiful day after pouring rain here in lovely Wisconsin, America. Wisconsin, America. And I hope you're all having a great day. Let me make sure. I didn't have time to check this, so while I'm babbling here, let me make sure my volume is good because Windows 11 always loves to lower it to 35, you pieces of fucking shit. God, I fucking hate that. I don't know. Great update. It lowers your computer mic volume automatically every time. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, one more time. One more time. There you go. That was for you, chat. That was for you. It's Monday. It is the last day of June. We are halfway through 2025, which has already felt like a decade. And we're in the last day of Pride Month. That has been eerily quiet this year. Now, a couple things had to happen to make it eerily quiet. We had Dollar Store Civil War. Tim Pool was stoked for like 4 days, but not as stoked as Jeremy, who covered the actual Civil War better than Tim Pool. So hats off to Jeremy. When the Civil War actually came around, who was there? Your pal Jeremy. And then we got Temu World War III, which I'm going to say is a bit of a disappointment. I'm just going to say, like, if we're going to have World War III, it's been built up for years, guys. The hype on this has been off the charts. And ultimately, it was a dud. It was a dud. There's only one really likable protagonist. The rest of the characters were very one-dimensional and cringe. And you want to talk about anticlimactic. Jesus. I know. You're trying to subvert our expectations, but it's called World War III, for fuck's sake. 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. At all. What's up, Piddly Widdly? Eric K and his wrench. Garbage. J-Ram. Cowboy 1. These are all on the YouTube side, by the way. We got some Rumble news today. Hang on. We'll get to that in just a second. Andrea, Susie, Dastardly, Ocelot, is that how you say it? Nicholas Bromley. Stone 8283 on the Rumble side. What's up? Aaron and Man, Mr. Edric Dew, Captain Flintlock, Anthony Shaddix, Maud Erickson. Like he's by Streamiel. He's by Streamiel. He's in both Rumble and in YouTube. He's got both hands going. Or doing something else. I don't know. Hitchhiker 42, Psychotic Mongoose, Dr. Schlurpo, Rebecca Go Ian. What's up, my brother? Giles McCoy, Hertz Donut, Lady Aaron D is here with a wrench. I hope you're all having a really fine day. I'm going to take a sip of I'm pretty sure I have an ad read. And I'm pretty sure I know it's a sip of 1775 coffee. Hang on. What if your coffee didn't just wake you up, but actually made you feel sharp, focused, and ready for the day? That's the difference with 1775's Peaberry coffee. These beans are rare, less than 5% of all coffee grown. They're denser, naturally higher in caffeine, and packed with antioxidants. That means more mental clarity, better energy, and zero crash. Each bean grows solo, not like the movie that lost money, high in the Bolivian mountains, and is hand-picked at peak ripeness. But the result, a smoother, more concentrated flavor that kickstarts your metabolism without the acidity or jitters. You're still getting 1775's organic, small batch, small farm, single origin quality, just with a bean that goes above and beyond. Go to 1775coffee.com, use code Nerdrotic, and get 15% off. It's coffee that actually earns its place in your morning. Thank you, 1775 Coffee. Cheers. Peaberry. All right, we're gonna square up FNT in a little bit. We're gonna talk about some news. Ironheart hangover, Ironheart ratings, I guess. Luminant, right? Came out. I mean, they're okay. When it comes to streaming ratings, it's all who does the best data wrangling and speculation on that data wrangling, because we're not getting true ratings. And I think we all pretty much know that. So we try to get an idea of what the show does. They'll throw millions or billions of minutes at you. They'll throw fucking interaction, and they'll count the pixels on your fucking screen to see what you're actually watching, which is what Samba does. No, but the only people who know are the streaming services, who deliberately don't tell us, because 99% of the time the ratings are horrifically low. If there was a top 10 for streaming that was real, the top 10 things, non-sports, non-live, would all be sitcoms and shows from the mid 2000s. That it would dominate it. That's all it was. Now, if they wanted to start being honest and telling you per episode, not, Squid Game was the most watched thing, probably because everybody rewatched the first season and part of the second season. And I believe that. I believe a lot of people watched it. But per episode, like each episode that week, the way the readings used to be, where episode will come out in the week, and you'd stack it up against the other episodes that came out in the week. One episode, how many people watched it? Not minutes watched combined with the whole back catalog and all that. It's all bullshit to hide the fact that not that many people are watching. Not as many people are watching TV as they used to. Gone are the days where, God, I can't even remember. 30 million people watched MASH. So most people are watching back catalogs, which isn't bad. And will be much better when everybody's commercialized, and there will be ads. And the thing is, they're going to have to change this, at least with the advertisers, because they're going to have to be transparent with the advertisers. Because I mean, let's be real. Thanks to Facebook and I'm sure YouTube and everything, there's a lot of fraud in internet advertising. I know advertising. I know I'm breaking news here. None of you know that, but there's most of it's bullshit and fraud. Because you're relying on internal analytics that could be completely fudged, made up, and then after a while, the company will come back and go, we're not getting a lot of return on our dollar here. So there has to be a certain amount of transparency of like how many people actually watch this show. And that data is out there. They know exactly. If you're a content creator on YouTube, you know exactly when people are tuning in, tuning out, what they're having for lunch, what religion they are. You fucking know. It's all there if you want to. Now, I personally don't bother that much to look at my analytics any further than, okay, that was a pretty good month. That's what I do. I don't like deep dive into my videos and go, well, my CPU or PM or whatever the fuck it's called was hitting best on this point I made back in 3 videos ago at 3:00 on a Thursday. I don't no. That shit'll drive you crazy. But apparently Ironheart didn't chart on a Luminate, whatever the fuck it's called, at all. And I'm not surprised at all. Will it chart on Nielsen? Not on overall, maybe on original programming, because it's been kind of dead. Which was funny, as Ryan talked about earlier, is Mobland's still on the Luminate chart, and it's been done for 3 weeks. It's been done for 3 weeks, and it's still on the chart. Hail Mobland, best show of the year. And you know what? We have gotten some good stuff. Not a lot. And it won't be a lot, because this is the year of slop. The year of sloporama. Because Hollywood is, in a very half-ass way, trying to make adjustments begrudgingly, because they have seen the cultural turn of the tide. So they've tried to fix things halfway through to unwoke them. Certain things they have not even bothered. Certain projects that they've come out with are still going to be fucking woke. So, I haven't seen a ton of change. I've heard a lot of talk, haven't seen a ton of change, and we won't for a couple of years. But some effort has been made. You can clearly say that some effort's been made. And that goes back to like maybe learning from Top Gun Maverick. A couple of people have probably learned, you would think. But the age of woke will be over for the fans. I don't think it'll ever be over for Hollywood fully. But as far as them thinking that it will make them any kind of money, it won't. The only thing they have to deal with now is all the activists they have allowed in their industry that will fight them tooth and nail. And quite frankly, that's all they care about. They care about their peers. They don't give a shit about the fans or the paying customers until things get really dire. And by then, it's too fucking late. So we will see. But despite Black TikTok, me being very popular for a couple of days on Black TikTok, I thought Sinners was good. I thought Sinners was very good. F1 and Sinners are probably, and Better Man are the 2 best movies I've seen in the theater this year. I haven't seen every movie, and no, I don't give a shit about dramas and stuff. I'm mostly a genre guy, mostly. That's why it's called Nerdrotic. But F1 was pretty cool. F1 is not anything deep. It's not groundbreaking storytelling. But I will argue to all the cinephiles out there, the cinephiles and the media literate, the people who think they're smarter than you, but yet they might as well put on a big T-shirt that just says, "Me am a retard." but let's just let them think that, okay? Because usually the dumbest motherfucker in the room is the guy who thinks he's the smartest motherfucker in the room. And it's been my observation in life. But let's let him go ahead and think that. The cinephiles and the media literates say it was very predictable and contrived storytelling. And the Hans Zimmer score was interrupted by pop songs. And who wants to see a racing movie? Apparently a lot of people. And I would argue that it did subvert expectations because nihilism, deconstructing shit has been the rule of the day. These people, Hollywood, largely see themselves as makers, but what they've been doing lately is just making other people's stories worse. And how they subverted the expectations of modern Hollywood was telling a traditional story, which is very rare. Very rare. It's a sports movie. It plays out like all sports movies do. And you know why it's successful? Because that's a formula that works, that people like. It's very easy to, you could have had Brad Pitt. Sorry, he doesn't die at the end. You could have, had him not win the race at the end. And that might have been a little rocky, a little interesting. But they wanted to make money. And they wanted to show off F1. And they wanted to make a fun movie. Right. And that's exactly what they did. Everybody enjoyed it in the theater. My whole family enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I can't wait to see it again in big ass IMAX. The Hans Zimmer score is epic. It is very, very good. One of the first things I noticed is I'm buying the soundtrack. So it's fucking great. And Brad Pitt just carries the movie. The young kid, the young buck is really good too, in his part. And Javier Bardem and Brad Pitt have they're good chemistry together. And Javier is the down and out owner of the racing team. And I liked it a lot and I highly recommend it. I won't say it's not as like good as Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick's it's better than the original. Like it's a sequel that's better than the original. It's a fucking great film. This is a really good film, a really fun film. The directing is phenomenal. So it's phenomenal directing and editing. So it will probably be the most fun you have in the theater this year, unless you're like some Minecraft kid, which I'm not. Okay. I didn't like that movie at all. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend F1. Hats off to the people who made it. Make more movies like that. That's what a summer temple is supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be. So it is a throwback. It's Bruckheimer. It's Jerry Bruckheimer. Jerry Bruckheimer. He still knows how to. He's like a holdover from like the coked up producers from the 80s and 90s. Him and Don Simpson used to be a team. Don Simpson died from cocaine. Great producer, though. I'm going over. Oh my God, there is so much promo on Superman. Yeah, we'll talk about that in just a second. I want to kind of give my thoughts on Denis Villeneuve. Directing James Bond. I think it's good. It could have been so much worse. It could have been like Nia DaCosta directing James Bond. So you have a competent director. Do I like everything he's directed? No. Oh no. I hate Blade Runner 2049. I think it's fucking terrible. I think it's a lot of long walks to doorways. And the girl is the key to everything fucking bullshit. So but I love Dune part 1, part 2. Love him. I think he's a good director. I'm not going to say he's a bad director. My concern is I don't think he's really good and serious. I'm not sure how much fun he is as a director. And that's what Bond needs to return to. We just had the morose, sad sack, fucking Bond, PC Bond. And Bond is Bond. Bond needs to womanize. Bond needs to crush pussy and kill people with his license. That's what he needs to fucking do. That's what Bond is. And I like, well, in the modern world, this is that. Okay, so you're telling me like dudes don't crush pussy and kill people out there? Yes, they do. This modern world bullshit. And that's what we were trying to talk about on Friday Night Tights. It's the modern world of the entertainment centers who don't think this can be made, but you can absolutely make the most sexist fucking murderous Bond, murdering for king and I want to say queen and country because fuck King Charles, but whatever. For king and country. That's what he's murdering for. He's murdering to save the world and getting laid a lot and like, yes, gadgets and fucking badass cars. That's what I want. And guess what? It would, if you cast a straight white British man who looks like the part and plays it like that, it's $1 billion movie. But Bond has to be fun. And you don't have to go crazy Roger Moore, although I love that era and I grew up. But no, go back to Connery. Go back and watch the Connery. They're fun. They're fun. They're funny. And they're badass. That's what Bond is. That's what it needs to be. And we don't need some woke ass, serious, apologetic, post Me Too, pussy Bond. Now, can Denis Villeneuve direct a fun, a movie with swagger? A movie with swagger. A movie with a pair of balls. Can he do that? Because he's more of a serious science fiction director. And he was great for Dune. Great for Dune. And I think there's other movies he'd be great for. But can he do it? I don't know. I don't know how much difference he would be from Sam Mendes, who's a good director. But his Bond movies were, And just so you know, I'm very lukewarm on everything after Casino Royale. It's kind of like to I absolutely hate them as a lifelong Bond fan. Chat. It's been brought up by other people. I think making it a period piece in the 60s would be tons of fun. If you haven't, go back and watch Man from U.N.C.L.E. Such a great movie. Pedro Pascal is Bond. I know, that's what everybody's saying. I can't wait till Pierce's Bond is on 4K. It's at home. It's the first thing I'm going to do when I get back is the Sean Connery 4K Bond set came in. I'm like, I can't fucking wait. Man from U.N.C.L.'s great, dude. It's good, fun Guy Ritchie movie. Now, there's a guy who could probably direct a pretty good Bond movie, Guy Ritchie. It depends on which Guy Ritchie you get, though, because the last couple of movies I've seen by Guy Ritchie, I would argue there was a time Matthew Vaughn could have directed a pretty good Bond movie, and I still think he could. But man, both Guy Ritchie and Matthew Vaughn theatrically have not. God, what was the last movie I saw from him? It was Fountain of Youth one, and he was just a hired gun. He was just a hired gun. But like the most Guy Ritchie thing I've seen in a long time is still The Gentleman over Mobland as far as style. But I think it's good news. It's not like some hiring Denis Villeneuve, whatever his fucking French name is, at least shows they're serious, right? I mean, I think we can all agree on they're not fucking around. They got one of the handful of directors that are left that people can name, even if you can't pronounce. Well, even if you're a dumb retard like me who can't pronounce it, is French. I could say Villanueva. I could say it like that. What else we got? You know, I haven't even I haven't checked in on Squid Game like at all. I'm sure many of you have, but I will eventually. I will eventually. Oh yeah, we can talk about this real quick. Oh yeah. Clive Owens, when he was younger, would have been a great Bond. Chat, great Bond. Like probably would look the most like he does in the book. From the description of the book. Oh, look at that. A big old ad for Range Rover. Wasn't Range Rover going to get hit pretty hard with the tariffs? I mean, it's not a bad looking car. That's a good blue right there. It's okay. I mean, they still look like pills to me. I don't like modern cars, but that's fine. That's fine, I guess. Or I was thinking, yeah. Hollywood Reporter. TV and film writing jobs grew more scarce. Even if earnings were up slightly in 2024, the annual tally from the WGA shows that its members may have made slightly more money overall than during the 148 strike of 2023, but there's fewer jobs available. Now, I can't seem to recall who was making multiple videos, multiple streams during the strike saying this exact thing was going to happen. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, everyone in the chat, everyone on YouTube, everyone who had a pair of eyes that they could see, everyone saw this coming. So if some dipshit in his upstairs bedroom can figure this out, you would think the union and the industry could figure this shit out. But the thing is, the truth of the matter is, they didn't want to figure out. Don't drink soda. There's a big Pepsi ad right there. Soda. But you think they would know too, and most of them did. The fact of the matter is the union officials aren't going to lose their job. The union officials used a lot of writers who and actors who didn't even qualify to be in the union and hung that carrot out like, if you go out and protest for us, we'll let you in the union. And then they didn't let them in. For one, they kept their jobs. They kept their prominence. They kept their access. They knew goddamn well what the reaction was going to be. They knew they played right into the producer's hands. And here we are. And many of us, right when the strike started, said, you know, you might get the few of you that remain might get a couple of more bucks. But the future of your industry will be dire. So we're here a couple years later. The future of your industry is dire. And the few that remain might get a couple more bucks. That will last you for maybe a couple of more years. By the way, AI, the whole thing you pretended to go on strike about, which was way more than that. It was about residuals and two was is coming for you anyway. It's coming for all of us. It's all you can do. All you can do is try to be as authentic as possible. And the first people who will fall to AI are the phony motherfuckers. That's going to be the funniest thing. That's going to be the funniest thing. But to this, I say, well, you know, is it a victory? No, we just tried to fucking warn you. We tried to warn you that this was really dumb. And guess what? A lot of the rank and file and I'm not suggesting that they fucked with the vote. I think there's a lot of dumb motherfuckers who join unions and just want to follow people blindly. And my opinion on union might differ from yours. There might be some fine union workers here. I'm talking about an entertainment union, but personally, I don't like them. They're based on Marxism. I don't like them. There might have been a reason for them, you know, a long time ago, but there's a lot of laws on the books in most states that cover everything a union does. All you're doing is paying to have another boss. And I don't like one boss to begin with. The last thing I want is fucking two. So when I was working my blue collar job for many, many years, I would not apply at places that had unions. When union people would come and talk to me, I would tell them very kindly to go fuck themselves in every hole. I don't like them. I don't want them. I never needed them. I don't need them for negotiation power. My negotiation power is my value as a worker. Just be good. I think unions protect a lot of shitty employees. I think they also, and we're talking entertainment industry. I know that for a fact. And I think you get your worth, your value is in your work. Now, do corporations fuck people over? Am I Mr. Corpo? No, fuck them too. But I've seen unions fuck over a lot of mom and pop places. But an entertainment union, not like an underwater welder or something like that. Probably somebody who should probably have a union, but an entertainment union, no. And this is what you paid for. You paid for unemployment. Well done. Well done. I want to applaud you. You paid for unemployment. And they got people so scared that they're like always, I'm a union guy. I'm a union guy. But behind closed doors, they're like, the fucking union is as ridiculous as the corporation, which is as ridiculous as the state regulations. So you have three sets of regulations. You got corporate regulations, you got state regulations, and then you got your union regulations. And then Californians go, I don't understand why everybody's leaving our state. And to the entertainment unions, to the Film Actors Guild, I mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again. The one time in recent memory you had an opportunity to prove to the world there's a reason for you to exist, you did nothing. You didn't protect any of your members from the jab. Not one of them. You helped blacklist them. So that is more proof than I need that you don't need to exist in any way, shape, or form. And now there's fewer jobs. Oh, well. It came as no surprise to anyone, really, when the Writers Guild of America West 2023 annual financial report showed that television and film writer earnings and employment had declined the same year that the unions waged a 140-year strike. But 1 year later, in a work stoppage-free environment, employment dipped further than their strike era levels. Excuse me, I'm going to sip some coffee. Even as earnings slightly rebounded. That's according to the union's 224 annual financial report released Friday to members and reviewed by the Hollywood Reporter. I bet you those members were just stoked to see that. How about that writer out there who's actually good, who's cruising around in an Uber right now? And listen, no diss to driving Uber or gig economy. You go get that fucking bag however you need to get it. Nobody's above that. Well, nobody here. Nobody's above that. Probably a pretty cool job. I have a buddy who's a full-time Uber driver. Fucking happiest dude. Or you Uber Eats or whatever. Not dissing that at all. But man, there's probably a writer out there who's really fucking good, who's riding around going, God damn it, I got replaced by Shaniqua on Ironheart. And you know, like that's and Shaniqua was hired, you know, based on the color of her skin. And she knows that too, which is fair to absolutely no one. It's not fair to the writer who was better. It's not fair to Shaniqua, who might even be questioning this, like, did I get this gig like on my skin color or my talent? And the answer is, unfortunately, your skin color, which is not fair to you at all. By the way, it doesn't teach you anything. And if you get thrown into the wolves when you're not ready, you're going to get eaten up. And then they're going to get, hey, thanks for being a diversity shield. Bye-bye. That's what they fucking do every time. And there's motherfuckers out there who don't recognize it and support it, which is hilarious, which is fucking hilarious. They're trying to lift up voices. No, they're not. No, they're fucking not. The document finds that in 2024, the total number of WGA West members reporting earnings fell 9.4% compared to the prior year and 24.3% from 2022. Holy shit, that's a lot. At 1.5 billion, members' total earnings rose 12.7% compared to 2023, but we're still 21% below 2022's 1.9 billion, which I will remind you was not a full release year. We have not had a full release year as far as cinema is concerned since 2019 and may not ever again. But the numbers are almost up. Yes, they're charging more for tickets. They're charging fewer people more money. Are you seeing a repeated pattern here? Fewer people in Hollywood are making more money. What does that mean? You're not growing. You're not even being stable. You're past maturity. Happens to everything. Happens to everything. It's the latest sign of Hollywood companies reducing their output in a post-peak TV, post-strikes world. Okay, I'm just going to add this. In a post-peak TV, post-strike, current TDS era. I can't even say post-TDS. Current TDS era. So enough with denying the reality, Hollywood Reporter. Yes, it's post-peak TV. Because the peak TV came at an unnatural time due to the unnatural events of COVID, which we're all supposed to get past. Yeah, fuck off. And everybody based their numbers on the highest possible, which were not even reality. So yes, I guess you could say post-peak TV. Post-strikes, which were after post-peak TV, which were the worst time strikes in the history of the world. And post, pre, and future TDS, which has absolutely fucking destroyed Hollywood, which has had, it's incalculable how much damage TDS has cost Hollywood. It's hundreds of billions of dollars. Hundreds of billions of dollars has been left on the table by TDS. So let's not forget that. We anticipate 2024's numbers to increase in subsequent reports. Yeah, because you weren't on strike, dipshits. With late reporting to increase the numbers of writers enjoyed to a level of 2023. The union's annual report still, it is clear that the number of jobs has declined from peak years. And we probably shouldn't have forced you to go on strike. Many union members did not want to go on strike. Many. And I've had some, write in, go, listen, the people I've talked to did not want to go on strike. So there was some fuckery going on, which I wouldn't be surprised because unions are corrupt organizations, just like corporations are corrupt organizations, just like government is corrupt. To think like our union leaders are these wholesome people who are just looking out for the best. You sweet summer child. Collectivism kills. You're right, chat. Collectivism kills. My camera is doing a weird focus thing. All of a sudden, it's just developed this problem. It's probably its positioning. So I'm going to look like a Zack Snyder movie for a little while. Sorry. I'll try not to be as slow motion and incoherent. Speaking of Zack Snyder, let's talk about Superman. Holy God, has there been a lot of promotion? Some of it, all right. Most of it, pretty bad. There's been a big conversation around the internet concerning, where's my dog? But I think the far worse one is the one that just came out yesterday. Let's see if I can find it. No, it's not in here. The video that came out yesterday, which was un momento, por favor. Let's see if I can find it. I've got all this promotion, but no links. No links. Let's see if I just put in Superman. The one with the Superman robots. And there's also, here, we'll just go to James Gunn. We'll just go to James Gunn. God, did I bookmark it? I did. Sorry. Oh, I bookmarked too many things. Ah, there it is. CBS Sunday Morning. There we go. Okay. We will full screen that. It's 7 minutes long, so I'm going to kind of jump through it. But it's James Gunn talking to CBS this morning. Now, again, let me preface this by saying I don't think it's been a pretty. The PR for this has been cringe, but it's not it's not Rachel Zegler being an insufferable cunt and talking about free Palestine. It's just been how we're presenting the movie. So we're kind of having a normal argument about this, and people are seeing how bitterly divisive it can be. And I can just say, welcome to fucking fandom. Been like this forever. Welcome to DC fandom in particular, especially DC fandom in a post Snyder Bro era. Right. So and that's just a fact. They're another faction of Snyder Bros. Many factions within DC. Many factions. This is nothing new at all. It is kind of funny that it spilled over into the movies, but this is fucking nothing new. So and it's nerds being bitterly divided on how they see Superman, and it's basically Superman fans from different eras kind of arguing over, well, he did it in this comic. It's like, well, Spirit of Superman. That's what we're looking for. Spirit of Superman. And I think one of the biggest concerns is this going to be a Superman movie or a James Gunn Superman movie? And we got the answer early on. It's Superman's James Gunn, and it's been James Gunn and nothing but James Gunn. And can James Gunn not be James Gunn for this movie? Can he make a hopeful, heartfelt Superman movie that's not Guardians of the Galaxy? And it's looking like it's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy and not the first one. It looks like it's going to be a lot like that. I still maintain that I'll probably walk out of this, if I had to bet, going, it's all right. It was all right. I like the fact that they're leaning into the comic books. I like the fact that they're leaning into silver and bronze age. I've been asking for that for a long time. I'm done with fucking nihilism and a darker, grounded take. Fuck that shit. Be what you are. Be a fucking comic book movie. I'm fine with that. But there has to still be an earnestness. It still has to be serious. And what I'm concerned about, and I haven't seen anything to dissuade me of this, is James Gunn, who's not been a lifelong Superman fan and probably sees Superman as more of a Homelander character. It did, because he's a big fucking edgelord. So he read a lot of Grant Morrison, and that's probably like where he leans. Vertigo, underground shit, and didn't really read a ton of the traditional comic books, traditional superheroes, or like it. Probably thought it was all silly. You can't go into Superman thinking he's silly. As much as I've read tons of silly fucking Superman, I don't think he's a silly character. I don't. There's been some great serious takes on him with the crazy Superman stuff. Go read Dan Jurgens' run. That's some crazy shit, but it's really good. So there's a balance you need to strike. You can't be fucking Nolan with Superman, but you also can't be a fucking goofball. So, and where that balance gets struck, it depends on your talent, really. But we have an interview here. And I know our good friend RMB has been pointing out, like, he's been exasperated. And I would just remind Robert that this would be the same conversation in my comic store pre-Culture War. The same shit would be going down. So, don't let it get to you. It's just for one, it's just the internet. The one outside world thing I talked about was we were seeing the F1. We were sitting down for F1 and they fired up the Superman trailer and somebody says out loud, another Superman movie? It's anecdotal, but that's what I heard in the wild. And I think that's far more the reality than whatever we hear online. Let's check this out.
He was born on the planet Krypton. But the man of
Krypton. I can't believe people talk like this still. That's great.
steel comes to life in California.
Not
In California.
a finished visual effect.
Inside an edit room in Burbank.
We just got some of the visual effects. This is actually not a finished visual effect shot.
James Gunn
Oh, they made sure to put this. Obviously, this is not a finished visual effects shot, and they show the totally natural that they came in on this. So authentic.
reviews a scene from what Warner Brothers hopes is a summer blockbuster. Superman and its reported budget, at least
Superman and his reported budget.
Imagine him like at the house.
Honey, have you seen my glasses? Where are my socks?
$225 million, arrives in theaters July 11th.
Let's try this and see if it all works out.
It's the first feature from DC Studios, a division of Warner Brothers.
And then slapping the side of the thing.
Gunn is not only the film's director, he wrote the screenplay,
We just push into him a little bit.
and he's DC's CEO.
Co-CEO.
How you feeling about everything?
I feel good about the movie, and I'm excited about that. And I think we've done something that's different.
Okay. Now, how does he mean different? Like leaning into the comic books? That would be different. I would like it to be that, but we'll see.
Among those differences,
My Superman's not indestructible. We see him bleed immediately.
So he wants to show my Superman's not indestructible. Okay, for one, Superman's not indestructible. There's different levels of power. So he was not as powerful in the Golden Age. Of course, he was leaping over buildings and not flying. And if you want to lean into that, great. But here is a first little warning sign that maybe he doesn't really get Superman still. Because part of his whole character is that he's really fucking powerful. That's why he's called Superman, not kind of Superman.
At times, I've thought he's too strong. You don't want him to be able to punch a planet in half.
For one, that doesn't happen all the time. Okay. And it depends, as it was in the comics. But wait, there's more.
Or, for that matter, go around a planet a billion times and
Okay.
make time go backwards.
You know what? Even tangentially, keep Dick Donner's name out your fucking mouth. Because if you're talking all this smack and your movie is not better than his, you're going to fucking hear it. And you deserve it. And don't come on, the fans are mean. Well, dude, don't even mention fucking Christopher Reeve Superman then. Just going, we're really trying to do, I think there hasn't been a real comic book take on this, and we're trying to do that. We're depowering him a little bit, which is fine. I don't necessarily have a problem with it. But it's like, I'm going to take a scene from a movie I can almost pretty much guarantee will be better than yours. And will always be seen as better than yours. So take it easy there, pal.
No, I wanted a Superman who was a little bit more down to earth.
What is this?
And few things are more down to earth
Crypto!
than a dog.
What the hey, dude? I thought you destroyed the whole Superman robots. I thought I told you to.
Okay, I don't mind the what the hey. I don't know about the dude. I don't know about the dude.
Keep an eye on him.
We feed the canine, but he is unruly.
You've added another thing here, which is instantly related.
Ironic robots. It seems very James Gunn. It seems very James Gunn. And we feed the canine, but the canine senses that we do not care if he lives or dies. It's like,
Relatable to, I imagine, just about every American. He gave him a dog.
I mean, the dog is the whole reason that was the start of the movie for me.
Really?
1000%. I adopt.
see, where I'll lean into like where you should be more serious is anything Kryptonian. Were there Superman robots? Yes, but they didn't talk like that. And you could even use a little humor with it. But one thing I really loved about Man of Steel was how they portrayed Krypton. I really liked it. I really liked it.
Adopted a dog. His name is Ozu. And
Oh, I don't. Okay, I like dogs. I'm a dog owner. Dogs are awesome. You know what are also awesome? Kids. But he brings up George Reeves, Superman and the Mole Men. Poor George Reeves. Sad fate. They show reverence to Superman, Christopher Reeve, Juilliard. He's from Juilliard too. I like David Cornsweet. There's nothing he said that has pissed me off at all. I think he's good. You know, given the chance, could be a really good Superman. Got nothing against the guy. He seems like he's cool. As a matter of fact, the whole cast has been fine. Like that's what the one thing I want to credit them is like they're trying to have fun and be goofy. And I'd much rather have occasional cringe and goofiness and fun on for the press instead of some fucking cringe dipshit going, it's gonna save lives. Or always pointing out, as a Latina woman, the Latina women are represented here and stuff. I'm fucking done with that. So if they're out being goofy, good. What hasn't, and that stuff has been fine. It's what they've actually, you know, what they've shown me from the movie though. See, both things can be true. I'm like, I still highly doubt this movie. This movie will be better than Fantastic Four. I think that's pretty much guaranteed. Now, how much? I don't know. How much? I don't know. But I do know that a competent director who has made movies I like very much in the past is directing this, and a TV director written and produced by people who've made a bunch of fucking trash are making Fantastic Four. So what's more likely to happen? Superman's going to be better.
So he puts the red underwear on, A, so that everybody can see him. Against the blue sky, you can see the red trunks. B, so that everybody knows he doesn't take himself too seriously. He's not trying to look cool. I wear my trunks on the outside of my pants, like it's liberating. Now that doesn't in any way undermine how badass and cool he is when he's up in the sky fighting the bad guys. But once he touches down, he wants to be the one that people can laugh at or you know, make fun of because he can take it.
There's nothing wrong with that. I would say with the trunks, just wear the fucking trunks and don't worry about them. I mean, I don't know why people are so like the trunks. He's in a fucking tight blue suit with a red cape and a giant fucking S on his fucking chest. So like the trunks is where it goes too far. And that's what makes me question, well, how much of a comic book fan were you now? And what kind of and listen, if you're not a superhero comic book fan, that's fine. There's a lot of comic book fans who are not superhero comic book fans. Personally, more stuff I'm reading nowadays is not superhero stuff. because the people writing superhero stuff fucking suck. But bro, Superman's been around for almost 90 years, almost a century. And for most of that, he's had trunks on the outside. Nobody's ever had a problem with it. The only people who really have a problem with it are, I don't know, Jim Lee fans. Jim Lee's costume is trash. It's the new 52 costume is trash. Okay. There's a classic, and the reason they changed it was for fucking rights issues. It wasn't aesthetic or it didn't need to happen. That is a classic costume, because for the branding for Superman, I ask you this for all things superhero. For their branding, what do they fucking go to? They go to the traditional character with the traditional costume every fucking time. Why? Because that's how the hero looks. That's the best the hero looks. And that's why they always go back. Like in this promo, what are they showing? Fucking Superman in his traditional costume, because it works, because it has worked. Let me skip ahead a little bit. I want to go back to Gunn. Here we go. Oh, yeah. They asked some cultural critic. Oh, yeah, this is okay. Okay, here we go. 2 opportunities they had to say truth, justice, and the American way, and watch how they slip right past that.
The character, because he's creating his own narrative as his alter, and he's responsible for the death of his uncle.
Okay.
Superman has been saving the world for nearly 9 decades. Created by Jerry Siegel and drawn by Joe Shuster, he first appeared in a comic in 1938. Is Superman the signature American movie character?
I think he's bigger than that. I think.
Critic and filmmaker Elvis Mitchell.
Ain't no way Elvis Mitchell was going to say yes. He's this quintessential American. I'm just guessing. I could be wrong. So if I'm doing you dirty, dude, sorry, but I'm just going to guess this isn't. Somebody's going to say truth, justice, in the American way. Now, is he more than that? Yes, of course. But say it. Why can't you say it? Oh, I'll tell you why. Because you don't fucking believe it. And if you don't believe it, then you don't believe in Superman.
Spider-Man is tortured. You know, he has to support himself and his aunt, and he's responsible.
Okay. Spider-Man isn't tortured. And I mean, there's like, Spider-Man goes through a hard time. He does. But the fact is, he's not tortured. The thing that makes Peter Parker special is he should be tortured and dark and brooding, and he's not. He can still see the goodness in things. When he fights, he talks a lot of shit. At least the old Spider-Man did. So he's not tortured in the sense of Daredevil or Batman. No. Are things harder for him? Yes, but it's how he deals with it. That's why we love Peter Parker. But Superman, well, he might, if you want to say tortured, he's got to walk around a world that's made of paper all the time. It's how the characters rise above their adversity.
For the death of his uncle, and Batman's responsible for the death of everybody in his line of sight. They're all sufferers, but Superman, he stands tall. And
his entire planet died. He's the last survivor, or at least thinks in the beginning. There's a lot more survivors from Krypton. Okay. Yeah. But he's also adopted by a really good family and raised by a good family. That's why.
There's a pride of authorship literally in the character, because he's creating his own narrative as his alter ego. People want to see that. They want to believe that you can create your own narrative in a way that is benevolent, even if you have all the power in the world. It's wrong of you to turn away from people who need your help.
You gotta go, man! Otis.
James Gunn wants people to see Superman.
Otis. Did you guys hear that? Otis.
Fighting for truth.
Oh, here we go. Here's the other opportunity they had.
Wants people to see Superman.
Gotta go, man!
James Gunn wants people to see Superman fighting for truth, justice, and, well, you know the rest of it.
No, I don't know the rest. Please tell me. Please tell me why you didn't say it and you had to choose to say you know the rest. I mean, I doubt CBS this morning was concerned with their international viewers, okay? Their refusal to say it says more, says way more. So for anybody who's pissed off about that, you have every right to be. You have every right to be, because they're signaling the red flag is waving how they feel about Superman, and it's because the American way is bad, even though people are literally dying to get to this fucking country. Yeah, I think they should update it to the American way. American way. You know what? A lot of British kids read Superman, and they didn't have a problem with truth, justice, in the American way. On the flip side, this American kid from SoCal loved Union Jack. A guy who walks around with the fucking British flag. Fucking love that character.
Hey, buddy, eyes up here.
What do you want audiences around the world to take away from your Superman?
I think just culturally being able to place a little bit more importance on being a good human being.
Be kind to each other.
I think we're surrounded by a lot of meanness. I think Superman's surrounded by a lot.
All right, so Captain Canuck. I liked Puck. I liked Alpha Flight. Canadians loved Alpha Flight. Sasquatch, the Vindicator, Puck. All right, so James Gunn thinks people should be a lot nicer. I don't know if you guys recall, James Gunn, kind of a shit talker, talked a lot of shit about Trump supporters. A lot of shit about Trump supporters. Made a few off-color jokes about playground enthusiasts. So since his canceling, and I read in an article, he's had a bit of an epiphany, which is good. Good. I don't think he should have been fired. I don't think Gina Carano, was my statement then. It's my statement now. Over jokes and shit we might not like or whatever, I don't think either of them should have been fired. That's called consistency. And they didn't fire Pedro Pascal for calling half the country a bunch of Confederates and Nazis. And I don't think he should have been fired for that either. I don't think any of them should have been fired for that. But only one person was, Gina Carano. But now James wants people to be nice. People are mean. Now, I would come out going, let's let him finish. And let's just keep in mind, the nice James Gunn just threw a bunch of shade at Grace Randolph within the last year, which I don't have a single problem with, by the way. I don't. I really don't. I just want to point that out.
A lot of meanness in the movie, but he stands against that grain. And that's what makes him rebellious. And in a way, I think today, in today's world, Superman's the edgier, more rebellious character because he's the one who's standing up for the values that most people are not.
Now, it depends on how you take that. Now, we know James Gunn's, we know what his politics are, but I would argue if he's talking about, like, say, traditionalism, people kind of go, well, I was talking about this last night. It's not a lot of people, but thanks to that thing we're supposed to get over and recent events, a lot of people are going back to church. We have people like talking about focusing on the family again, traditional marriage, having kids, more people starting to have kids. Yes, that is the rebellious act right now. 100%. They are the rebels. So if you're talking about that, sure, I know he's not. But if you're talking about Superman's values from the comics, yes, he's correct. They are the rebellious act right now. Oh, yes. Yeah, the Young Turks. Yeah, one of the I didn't know what the fuck Az was talking. He kept on saying like TYT, and I'm like, why YT? Why do you keep fucking bringing up the fucking band? Like everybody knows what TYT. He was talking about the Young Turks. I'm like, that dude who went after us, I guess works with the Young Turks. So we'll get to that. Like Az kept on saying TYT. I'm like, what the fuck is TYT? I don't watch the Young Turks. The most I know is Cenk Uygur is a blowhard who wants to fuck horses, and Anna Kasparian's kind of like became a mother and become a little more, is becoming a little more traditional after becoming a mother and getting groped in L.A. And she said a lot of things that I agree with, actually, of late. They kept on going TYT like it's part of my regular internet lingo. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I know YYT. Let's hear the rest of this. Then I will continue.
Corin Sweat is embracing the challenge, fully aware that success could mean Superman defines his career.
When you take a role that's going to be this visible and this iconic, even just visually iconic, and it's your face and the underwear, and I wanted to be prepared for the possibility that it wouldn't lead to a bunch of other things, that this would be the thing. And I felt really lucky that when I asked myself that question, the answer came back. Somebody's got to play this part. And if you're the person to play it and you give up everything else to do it, it would be worth doing.
Good answer. I like the guy. I think he's come out like all his promotion has been, as a matter of fact, all the actors have been fine. So I'm not gonna like shit on all the marketing because again, I'll take cheesy over some fucking retarded adult pretender giving us some cringe political take that they learned third hand through their assistant who spends most of their time on TikTok. So give me this instead of, the shit we've had. Like we just saw 2 examples over the last 3 years of the worst marketing we've ever seen in Hollywood. Number 1, Rings of Power season 1. Rings of Power season 1. Followed up and eclipsed by orders of magnitude by Snow White and Rachel Zegler. So give me that shit all day. I'm fine with it. Be goofy. We need to be a little more goofy. But the divide you're going to see on Twitter mainly when it comes to Superman is pretty normal, guys. So, don't read too much into it. And it will be a fucking divisive movie like crazy amongst nerds. I'm not sure amongst normies. We will see. I have no way to gauge that because I'm not a normie, but I can tell you right now, it's going to be salty with DC fans. And I'm here for it. I love that shit. So I just kind of, when I saw Adam and Quarterblack getting involved, I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And again, I put up a tweet that like a post that I meant. Like, I really hope we get a good Superman movie. That would be neat. That would be so much fun. It would make my summer. It would. I'd watch it multiple times, watch it with my kids. I'd take my kids' friends. We'd take our little relatives. It'd be fun. It'd be fun. Yeah, well, poor Adam. He didn't know. Adam has no idea what DC fans are like. Most people don't. Unless you like hung out in been to cons a lot, or were in forums, or hung out in comic shops, you would not know. And it's not a disrespect at all. As a matter of fact, coming from a lifelong Marvel fan, this is me showing you respect, DC fans, because I was not when I was a kid, I like Superman, I like Batman, I like the Teen Titans. That was pretty much it. I thought DC was fucking goofy. I grew up on the Super Friends, but like I thought Spider-Man was cooler. I thought Marvel was cooler. I just did. And that's what I read up pretty much exclusively until the 80s, and then DC got cool. And so there's a lot of bronze to this day, a lot of bronze and silver age DC I've never touched, and that's been kind of my thing over the last few years since I stopped buying new comics. Is I buy old silver and bronze DC that I missed and started reading it and realized I was an idiot because that stuff was great. So, but I say this with respect, DC fans, you're far more passionate than Marvel fans. You are. As a lifelong Marvel fan, I can admit that. And I witnessed that when I was selling comic books. It's just, you're different. Marvel fans, way more laid back about, until Marvel started really fucking up. And I think it's the structure of Marvel. It's like up until 2016, it was one continuity. So knowing it's one continuity, shit needs to be updated. Shit needs to be changed once in a while. And you got to update a haircut or a name or this or that once in a while. And they were kind of fine with it. With DC, it was always hard stop, reset, hard stop, reset. So you had all these different eras that people liked more, right? Like there's Hal Jordan Green Lantern guys, but there's Kyle Rayner Green Lantern guys. And they, you know, like that's, and they both have a really good point, you know, Barry Allen Flash. I'd say that's like, there's Barry Allen Flash fans, right? But they're not anywhere near as passionate as, oh God, I'm blanking on why am I blanking on the name? I hate fucking streaming farts. I do. Barry Allen is not Flash to many people, chat. To many, many people. My kid does not like Barry Allen or Hal Jordan at all. At all. God, I hate it when I have. Yeah, getting old sucks, dude. Getting old. Wally West. God, how that just flew right out of my head. So my kid's a Wally West Flash guy. And in my shop, well, it's because when I opened my shop, they were still around. Kyle Rayner and Wally West were still around, right? For the most part. And there's a whole generation of people who grew up with that. So that's the difference. So that's why you see a lot of passion and a lot of division in DC, is because they had a lot of different eras, and you know, people look at things different. You know, the only thing that's really been consistent since the 80s has been Batman. That's pretty much it. But yeah, my kid is straight up Kyle Rayner, Wally West. But what helped DC a lot was because they weren't so tied to 10 years of canon, they did their Elseworlds. So they would have, Marvel would beat that regularly in sales, but they would have the story that would outsell and outshine any individual story from Marvel. Like Marvel has no Watchmen. Marvel has no Dark Knight Returns. They don't. They tried. I'd say it's not even close, by the way. Dark Knight Returns is like stratosphere popularity. Okay, so like Marvel doesn't have anything like that. It doesn't. It's got good comic runs. It's got classic comics. But if you're talking about an enclosed, limited series, and you could agree with that, Watchmen is overrated garbage, but Dark Knight Returns is not. Like I could see your argument with Watchmen. Dark Knight Returns. That's why I've always preferred Dark Knight Returns over Watchmen. Every day of the week. Phoenix Saga is a comic run. I'm talking about like a mini series that just Marvel doesn't really have it. But what Marvel has more of is more, consistent continuity up until recently. There's reasons why one plays better than the other. One sells better than the other. DC started everything, and Marvel just made it better. But Marvel's always been arrogant twats, like even before Disney took over, when it comes to retailers and fandom stuff. DC was always nicer to the shops and to the fans. That's a fact. That's a fact. Marvel just got worse when Disney took over. I did like the Watchmen animated series, the one that just came out, that just kind of flew under the radar. That was pretty good. It's most accurate representation of the comic for sure. Soap opera. X-Men's a soap opera. 100% a soap opera. And that's why I kind of noped out on it a few times. Like X-Men was never, ever my favorite book. One of my favorite characters was Wolverine, but X-Men has never been in my top 5 favorite books ever. I'll read it. I liked a lot of it. I like the Phoenix Saga quite a bit, but no, I was more of a Spider-Man, Daredevil, Avengers guy for sure. I thought X-Men would get a little soapy and even at the time a little gay. That's kind of why I felt it. Where was I? Okay, we got to get to the square up. Hope I didn't miss anything. Ghost Rider, baby. Fuck yeah, Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider in the 90s was fucking badass, dude. And that's not Johnny Blaze. Ghost Rider in the 90s was fucking awesome. Dextera, fuck. Such good art. I still have my that's one of the few covers I have hanging in my office. I might change that a little bit. But the glow in the dark one, so good. Danny Ketch was great. Great stuff. Oh, Daniel Way did a run of Ghost Rider in the 2007. Really fucking good. Some of the best Ghost Rider storytelling ever. Really, really good. Right around the time Garth Ennis did the old Ghost Rider miniseries, which was fucking awesome too. Ryan Gosling would actually be a decent Johnny Blaze. I think he would be. I love Nick Cage. Nick Cage can be like 80-year-old Johnny Blaze. 80-year-old Johnny Blaze. All right, let's get to the soups. How's everybody doing out there? You doing okay? We'll get to some of the new ones, then we'll go to the old ones. So Eddie Brock 9043 says, did you watch Peter Capaldi perform Take Me Out with Franz Ferdinand at Glastonbury over the weekend? It was the only good act that was there, to be honest. Yeah, and it's the only thing I saw from it. That fest looked horrible, and I used to love going to music festivals. I went to the early days. I went to the first 10 Coachellas when it was like way less corporate, and you could tailgate in the parking lot. And I mean, I recognized all the band. I couldn't tell you the fucking is even playing Coachella these days. I wouldn't care. But yeah, I used to love music festivals, and now they just look like the ninth fucking circle of hell. Hell no. But I did see that, and that was fucking awesome. Peter is a legend. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So I did see it, Eddie. I did. Eddie Brock 9043 249. Will you review Jurassic World Regurgitation? Yes. Yes. I haven't really. No, I the only listen, I think it's gonna be fucking horrible, but why not? If I'm gonna go watch it, I'm gonna review it. So yes, I will be watching and reviewing Jurassic World Regurgitation, and we will be talking about it on Friday Night Tights. I will also be doing the second half of Ironheart. I will also be doing Superman and Fantastic Four, Eddington, and South Park season 27, which is the thing I'm looking the most forward to this next month. We are 9 days away from South Park season 27. Eddie Brock 9043 for $5.99 proper British pounds. Going to New York this week. Pray for me, LOL. Better get there before they have a commie mayor. Hope to hit Midtown Comics. Have you been there before? Any recommendations of places to visit there? I have only been to New York since I was once in the last 4 decades. And I went to Midtown, and I highly recommend you go. That's a good comic shop. That's a classic good comic shops, but I'm not familiar with anything else there. I was just there for New York Comic-Con back in 2019. Old days. We saw Joker there. Jeremy and I saw Joker there. It was fun. We had a little meetup. Good times. And it's the last time I was there, and probably the last time I will ever be there, to be honest with you. I have no desire to go to that city. Will they find aliens on Skinwalker Ranch? I hope so. Silo full of Cool Ranch Doritos. I hope so. I'm not so sure, though. Hero of Canton for $2. Tune in next season to see aliens on Skinwalker Ranch. I hope so, dude. I really do. Hi, Gary. They recently re-released Fantastic Four Solve Everything. Was wondering if you read it and if it's worth checking out. Fantastic Four Solve. When did it come out? It's not pinging my memory. Bump. Oh, the Hickman run. I'm like, solve everything. I just didn't. The Hickman run's good. The Hickman's run is good. I didn't solve everything. Just did not hit my memory sphere at all. Sorry about that. But yes, Big Raj. Hickman run's good. It is. It's going to introduce some of the stuff that they're going to really lean into the Marvel stuff, but in context, it works in the Hickman run. Hickman is he's done well. I think he's kind of overrated, but he did well with Fantastic Four. The Glory of Man for $10. Hail, Gary. You were right about Landman. Dark soap, and it's awesome. Gonna get into their Paramount shows too. Good. Go to Tulsa King next. Tulsa King is fucking awesome. And oh my God, Allie Larder is hotter now than she was at her 99 debut Varsity Blues. She's hotter now. She's hotter now. She is a smoke show. And more importantly, I read a great interview with her. She's like, I work hard on this body. I want them to show it off. They're like, are you worried about, how Taylor Sheridan sometimes treats his women? She's all, fuck that. I work out hard. I'm showing this shit off. And I'm like, based. She's a mom. She's got kids. She doesn't even live in Hollywood anymore because I read the article. And so she's great. And Landman is absolutely a dark based soap opera. That's all it is. That's all Yellowstone is too. Yellowstone is fucking Falcon Crest and Dynasty and Dallas with more shooting. That's all it is. And I'm fine with that. Tulsa King, little different. It's like a situational comedy mob show. And I was just watching, we're almost done with the first run of X-Files. I think we're halfway through season 9, which again, way too hard. I was like, Robert Patrick, I apologize. I was way too hard on the Doggett stuff, probably because I was just butthurt that Mulder was gone. The Doggett stuff's good. It's still good. The show, like, remember we're like, X-Files is getting long in the tooth, but man, upon further review, the stuff in season 9 is orders of magnitude better than most television written today. By far. So I just got past part 1 of the episode where Neil McDonough and Robert Patrick are in the episode together, and they're going to be in Tulsa King together. Frank Grillo, Neil McDonough, Robert Patrick, Sylvester Stallone in Tulsa King season 3. Are you fucking kidding me? Let's fucking go. Ordinary Adonis, 77 for $4.99. Definitely seems like certain conservatives are disappointing. Things didn't escalate. Candace Owens. Yeah. See, that's the thing. I've told the story before, but like I never watched a lot of cable news, but I paid attention a lot. And when the day I dipped, I live streamed about it many years ago. The day I dipped, I got right on this live stream. A live stream. I remember it was in my office back old days. And I'm like, I'm fucking done. I'm done because it was the day of the Vegas shooter, which we still know very little about. And you could see the glee in everybody's eyes on the fucking cable news networks. You could see they were excited. They were pumped. The adrenaline was going. 50 people were laying there fucking dead. And they're like, oh boy. I'm like, fuck this shit. Like I just had I don't know, moment of clarity. I'm like, look at it's so fucking inhuman, you pieces of shit. You're not even fucking hiding it, right? Do some people do that in the independent sphere? Sure. I don't pay attention to them. I don't. Because there's something about like, holy shit, we're watching something like, Jeremy covering the riots. There's something like genuine about that. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, that's fine. But people going, World War III, baby. Death and destruction. Let's go. Let's make that money. It's like, fuck off. You're no different than the corporate media. What we want is the truth. And if you make money telling the truth, then I do not begrudge you at all. Make that money. But fuck. Yeah. Japanese Demon Lord Abir Lucifer for $5. They also don't include stuff like anime, and these lists, which like reruns, would destroy most of the Western shows. Most anime fans feel that way. I feel like anime and manga are like all other forms of entertainment. There's good, there's bad, and there's ugly. There's good, there's bad, and there's ugly. If YouTube can keep track of all the traffic numbers, Disney definitely knows and still make the same decisions. Literally insanity. # religious cult. They are Blue-Eyed Scorpio. And they know all these numbers. And like, think of how long they have committed to it. Yeah, I know it's blurry. It's there's my automatic focus is fucking up on my camera for some reason. And it probably has a lot to do with the lighting. I don't know. Let's see. No, it seems to kind of just go in and out, in and out, in and out, like it's stuck. And I can't do anything right now. I'm just going to turn off the autofocus on it eventually. But yeah, I don't know. It started doing it last night. A little weird. Best thing I can do is get as close as possible. I could be like Arch. Love Arch. Wait, let's try to get over here. Yeah, it shouldn't be doing that. As expensive this camera is, it should not be doing it. Fucking stop. See, and then. Okay. All right, let's get to this. We'll get to more of the new ones later. If I going in and out of focus, I apologize. But for most of the people listening, you don't really care. Plus, I mean, let's be real. A softer focus on this fucking grizzled, drier lint face would only help. Somebody said my beer looked like dryer lint, and I thought that was funny. Funny. Jay Larson 1214 for $1 said, we could talk all day about why Daredevil Born Again was bad, but one thing I didn't hear mentioned was your thoughts on the 7-year time jump. 7 years leaves a lot of story on the table and gave Marvel a reason to ignore questions we've had since after season 3. I mentioned that it seems like they ignored a lot of that. 7 years is too long between seasons. Paul Chato has a great video on that as well. But I think the bigger problem was they went ahead with the series. They tried to hodgepodge fix it and then come out and say, well, this is the good version, when you should have scrapped the whole fucking thing and started over. And now you had one shot at a comeback and you blew it. So nobody recognizes it as an official Daredevil. They don't. The Netflix series ended. And many will say, like I will, there's only 3 seasons. I gave it a chance. I gave it a shot. And it's, again, Muse is a great villain in the comics, and they fucked it up every possible way they could. So it's like, fuck them. Anonymous for 3263. Don't forget to observe a minute's silence this Wednesday to commence the 20-year anniversary of the passing of Mr. Hands. We won't forget you. And Mr. Hands' memory, I will be putting $100 on the number 4 to win the race 8 at Fairfield. Well, we could probably bring up the Mr. Hands clip from FNT. Or maybe not. Angela Richter for 65 is donated 1 Nerdrotic membership, and Jeebus 53. Hey, how are I didn't even pay attention. Hang on. What are the names looking like in oh, they're normal. So they're normal here still, but they're not normal on the main channel. They're not normal on D-Day Cobra. I think Kirsha, they're not normal there. So they're putting the @ in front. So it just hasn't rolled out here yet. And they didn't have it on Geeks and Gamers. Listen, whatever. It's easy. You know what? Listen, at risk of offending somebody, you're a Dodger fan. I don't give a shit. It's easy to be a Dodger fan. You got all the money. You got all the championships. It's kind of basic bitch to be a Dodger fan. I'm just gonna say, you know that as a Dodger fan, right? You try to separate yourselves by being, extra violent. I'll give you the Dodger dogs are the GOAT. They're great. Your ballpark, it's a little old. It's a little old, and it's not as good as ours. So yeah, it's easy to be a Dodger fan. You can go game the system and defer a bunch of money, and your best player threw his best friend under the bus when your best player was obviously the one gambling, and that's cheating. And you did, dump one of your pitchers who got Me Too'd real quick, and you did snitch Ice out, whatever. And I can't say much because my team celebrated Pride Day too. But I mean, you also brought in the sisters of the whatever, the fucking tranny nuns. Yeah, and you had somebody disrespect the national anthem, but yeah, go Dodgers, man. Go, you do you. You do you. When you're playing baseball games while your city was on fire again. Listen, these aren't Padre Cope tears. Let me tell you something. Doctor, are you a real doctor? I'm glad he's Johanna Kraus, PhD. Doctor, let me tell you something. Doctor, I'm a Padre fan. You think losing is new to me? I was born losing. Shaped by losing. We lose better than anybody. San Diego sports, we lose teams. We lose them to your shitty city when you don't even want them. Hey, but you won LA. You turned San Diego into a little version of you. So well done. I'll just be a Rangers fan. Yeah, okay. I know if I showed up, half the Padres would be deported. I understand that, okay? All I know is Manny Machado's based. Hail Manny Machado. And hail Vince Scully. Rest in peace. Ever since daylight savings made this show start at 8 a.m. on a freaking Saturday, I only ever watch the end, but here's a tenner because I do watch the recording. Love you. Oh, we appreciate that. Ali and Blue, thank you for the 10 New Zealand dollars. And yeah, I mean, like once you stop living in a socialist hellhole, you can change your daylight savings time. Is stupid. Herculang for $9.99 says, I miss Chris Farley, but I noticed recently when you see Michael Lindell from My Pillow commercials talking, if you close, if I close my eyes, you can hear Matt Foley reincarnated. You can. He is Matt Foley. Bring back movie magic for 20 Canadian pesos. Dennis V is from my hometown, and all the local radio and TV stations are having a fit to cast a French Canadian. No. I tried to explain James Bond is a white British straight male. I am getting so much shit. I must be doing something right. Hale, yes, you are doing something right. Yeah, speaking logic to most Canadians is a foreign language. Not all. Some of you are based as fuck, and we love you. Tom from Midnight Edge said that the female Silver Surfer sounds like V'ger. Kirk Unit, I can't unhear it. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Solo Felix, 82 for $5 Australian. Tom Holland being Bond would be the Ryan George pitch meeting joke. Uncharted pitch meeting. Producer guy insisted Holland be Bond because of Spider-Man. Yep. Hail pitch meeting. Good videos. B. Nathan Drake for $2 more. He says, Basketball Jones, 1977 for £5 British. F1 sounds like the plot of Any Given Sunday. It's the plot of Any Given Sunday, Major League. I mean, you just name the sports movie. It's the plot. It's still fucking great. Lee Kindler, 7505 for $4.99. Denis Villeneuve, directing Bond. Go ahead and call it License to Stare. Moonlight was a terrible woke film. God have mercy. We were doing the top 100 from New York Times. Yes. I like Dennis V. Focuses too much on the beauty of everything, every single frame, rather than the pace of the story. Yes, he's a little slow for Bond. And that's where he's in the realm of Sam Mendes, who I think moves things faster than Denny V. AFI 100 list from like 20 years ago is still infinitely better than the hot garbage. By the way, Parasite is one of the most overrated movies of all time. The only thing that would have made it better would have been Pedro Pascal. Sunrise Art Cinema. Yeah, I thought it was good. I don't think it's the greatest thing ever fucking made. I do not. Just rented Mulholland Drive. Going to watch it tonight. If it sucks, I'm coming after you, Jeremy. Mulholland Drive is awesome. It's David Lynch. But you got to like David Lynch. Jeremy probably likes it for the lesbian scene. I mean, it's the reason I like it. Cat Girl 3000 for $10. Haven't been here in a while. The lines coming out of this one have been priceless. Mucho thanko. You're welcome. Mucho graciaso. Mucho welcome-o. Sex 000 for $5. If we took one epic meek and added a Mark the Cyborg, will we equal one whole quarter Black Garrett? No, it'd be 33 and a third. Doge Pal for $2. Come on, y'all. The New York Times is a joke. Yes, it is. For $5. Have any of you heard about Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur? It was woke kids Marvel show. The protagonist had something in common with Riri Williams. Yes. It was based on the woke version from the comic books. Yes. Very familiar. Trippy Sanders 420 for $9.99. It's crazy how 75% of all the current Nerdrotic YouTube videos have to do with overly hating Riri Williams, basically because she's black and a woman. Ironheart is the best Disney show to date. Fight me. You must be trolling. You must be trolling. So you want to know how many Ironheart videos I have made? You have to be trolling, but I've made 2. That's not 75% of my channel. So if you're talking about videos, not live streams, we've talked about her on a ton of live streams. I'd say over the last 10 years, probably like 20 times over 10 years. That's still not 75%. Yeah, I've made 2 videos. So if you see the number of videos on my channel, which nobody sees, it says 1,600, but the actual edited videos I've made is 600. Well under 1,000. The rest of them are like re-uploaded live streams and stuff. It depends on how you count that. But yeah, not 75%. There will be another one next week, though, and maybe one more. So I'll work on it. I'll try to do better. 101 first corn pop for $4.99, and that's a cool thing. He's never gets kidney stones. Cat orange whistling. Why do I smell smoke? Hang on. It's like gnarly smoke. Hang on. Enjoy some. Why do we smell smoke, X-Ray girl?
I'm
You're
not
muted.
in the kitchen.
Oh.
Unfortunately. Do you want to go check and all?
I'm gonna go check.
Hi everyone. We're just gonna play some music. I want to see what StreamYard says. Let's see here. Oh no, here we go. Ah, okay. No, I don't like this. I don't like this. We'll just go with the nooner. There you go. All right. No, I'm not going to show feet. And I'm not in the kitchen, so I'm not the one burning things.
No, Yoga Queen was burning some incense and it smelled like smoke in here.
Oh, dang. Okay. I'm glad everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Yeah, well, you just got to check. You never know. Or it's usually like my kids burning or me burning something. I mean, but yeah. Yeah. Should play some Ocean Man. I don't have that. If Az gives me permission, you know what I should play? Man Buns Are Gay by Dan Vask, but the song's not done yet. But I got a book to come out. To get out too. I got a book to get out too. But thank you for your patience, everybody. I appreciate that. I do. X-Ray Girls in the background. Oh, whoa. What the hell? You see that, X-Ray Girl? When did that start? So I turn the camera off. All of a sudden it says comments take the stage. Look, the comments are in the screen.
Did you toggle that? Because I didn't toggle that. Did you?
No, I mean,
Oh, we can turn it off.
No, I don't care. I don't mind. I didn't know it was even an option.
It's up to you if you want it.
Where's the option? How did
It's
I toggle it on?
above the chat. Says show comments on stage beta. You just toggle it over and chat.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Oh, we should on well, we're not re-uploading this, but on the regular channel when we re-upload, definitely we got to hit this. Yeah, 100%. Because that way we keep the chat in. That's fucking awesome. Wow. Now all you have to do is work on your fucking audio issues, StreamYard. But well done on that one. Well done. Well done. Dearest 3142 for $5. Is a rock tumbler for polishing stone a sex toy for Ben Grimm? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes. Get in a fucking focus. I'm gonna stand still, see what happens. Now it's not doing anything. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. What the hell is going on with the camera? That is so weird that it started doing that shit. All right. Normal Man for 42069 for 20 Canadian pesos. The Thing's voice is ass. Where is the thick Brooklyn accent? The Thing isn't the Thing without it. I agree. Fast and Fantastic Four. Family. It's about family. Thank you, Omni Science Guy, for $2. Y'all need to go back and watch the trailer scenes of Clark in The Planet sitting at the desk and dancing. Pretty sure that he is going full retard. Says Murphy MR for 101 Corn Pop for $9.99. It's just Corn Pop. Hail all, as YouTube is doxing us by putting on our email. One is to talk email shit. I don't know what the hell he's saying. Like he's putting in an emoji in there. So I'm confused because I'm retarded. Corn Pop. One is to talk to YouTube about how this bad because now I'm near security corn. Okay. Corn Pop. You okay, buddy? I'm not okay. I don't like it. But I think it's a permanent change, but I do not fucking like it. And I've already told the people I can tell that I don't like it. And I've told them you don't like it either. But if you want to continue to go to Team YouTube and express nicely why you don't like it, I highly recommend that. When Rags is not on FNT, an angel loses his wings. That is true, small chap. Enoch Maman reviews and rants says, I'm glad Mike is on FNT today, not just because he's the only one who consistently laughs at all my jokes. It's also because it irritates Beardo to have anyone from G&G who is not him here. And that's the main reason we got it. Okay. Red Pilled Rants for $1.99. Going forth, he's Gadro Pascal. You're welcome. Yes. Trippy Sanders for $4.99. Hail the mighty cancel of white guy comic reviews. Cancel of dweebs. That's us. Nick Too Shy for $10. Imagine going for a prostate exam. I'll try not to. I try not to ever imagine that. And Bella Ramsey is the nurse giving the exam. I would run out of the office screaming. Yep. I think any potential tumors or stones would run out of your body screaming too. Corn Pop for $4.99. YouTube gave me a pronoun in front of my name. Please address me by 101 ST Corn Pop by now from Nowus. Oh, it says US. Because some of the emojis are showing up and some aren't. That's not confusing. Waldow says, what happened to the entertainment industry is Karenism. It started getting extreme with millennials. There is no argument that that can stop this. There's no argument. The only thing that can stop that is undeniable failure. Undeniable failure. That's the only thing that stops anything. So Marvel hasn't changed. They've had their worst year. Fantastic Four not looking good, but they at least acknowledged there's a problem. They split their TV and film division. Kevin Feige is no longer really literally in charge of their TV. As a matter of fact, they're dialing it way back. And what was the undeniable failure that finally woke them up to the reality that we all recognized as fans for years? Like when Captain Marvel came out, some of us were saying this is going to go very badly. And within a reasonably short amount of time, this whole thing is going to come down and it's going to fail. And that's exactly what happened. And what was the thing that woke them up to it? The Marvels. You need an undeniable failure, one where they lie to themselves all the time. They have all the data. They know all this shit is a failure that they're telling you is a success. They know they've lost them on a ton of money, but they couldn't do it with the Marvels. It was so bad they couldn't do it. That's when things change. And then it takes a couple of years. And I haven't seen any sign of it yet for Marvel, by the way. I've heard a lot of talk about change. Haven't seen any in action. The Grand Duchy for $9.99. Hamill. So Luke was passed out on the couch after 8 hours of watching CNN report on a fascist head of the New Republic, and his son drank an unattended bottle of vodka. Excuse me. Springtime. Well, it's summer now. Yes, Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill. Done more damage to Disney in the last couple of years than Kathleen Kennedy. Mr. Hardcore Mode for $5. Call me fucked, but unlike guns, a kid being turned into a cake pop kinda is hilarious. No, you're not fucked. You're not fucked up. That's funny. Ryan Crawford for $4.99 says Hollywood's top 5 most insufferable arseholes. Number 5, James Corden. Number 4, Mark Hamill. Number 3, Mark Ruffalo. Number 2, Rachel Zegler. Number 1, Pedro Pascal. Am I accurate? Very. Very. I think number 5 could be interchangeable with a lot of people, but that top 4, fucking solid in the right order. Ministry of Wrong Thing for $1.99. Release the Rian Johnson trilogy cut. Be careful what you wish for. Ryan Crawford for $4.99. Hail FNT, my top 5 favorite people in Hollywood. 5, Matthew Marsden. 4, Keanu Reeves. 3, Sly Stallone. 2, Tom Cruise. 1, Gina Carano. Am I accurate? Yes. That's a solid top 5 right there. For $4.99. This child is about to wipe out every living thing on Earth. Now, what do you suggest we do? Spank it? Leonard McCoy, Stardate 7410.2. Star Trek the Motion Picture. It's fucking great. It's great. God, I've watched it twice in the last 4 months. George Andry for 15 Australian dollars. Superman versus the Elite, I think, is a good example of Superman angry but in control. Yeah, Superman gets angry. Okay, like he gets angry. He does. People were questioning, was it over the dog? Well, it depends on the context of the movie. The clip doesn't come off great, but that dog is his last connection to Krypton, to his real parents, who he doesn't really know, to Supergirl. I can understand him being upset. That upset? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But when James Gunn rolls out, like, we want to show, we don't want to, they're showing more vulnerability than heroism. And what that screams to your general public is he's not the Superman from the comics. He's really more human. He's really more grounded. We're not making him as powerful. And that screams to me, I don't really believe in Superman. I'm trying to make him work instead of having him work. I'm trying to make him work for me instead of having Superman work because you are in somebody else's fucking playpen, James Gunn. You might be the co-CEO, but you're still in somebody else's playpen. These are somebody else's characters. And you're trying to interpret them, and you admittedly had a hard time up until a couple of years ago. And the way you cracked the story is the dog? I know. I would have preferred an answer like we got from Mark Miller, which was Superman's easy. Half the things I watch is pretty much based on all the videos you guys make about something. The other half is decided by my daughters. #dad life. That's a good barometer. Listen to your daughters. A Chigdor. God, I really, they need to change this back. For $2. Superman is the new video Behind Blue Eyes. No one knows what it's like to be the Superman. Caleb South for $5 says Ironheart should have been a street level Iron Man where she fights gangbangers and dealers with a suit that is maybe a little janky because of scraps. Yep. You know what? It's a derivative character that doesn't work. And it's a derivative character that was created solely based on identity. Riri Williams, do not skip the spinning rims. We are not on the clock. We are on the clock here. It's a straight out of Flea Bottom for $4.99. That's a great name, by the way. MP Cotter for $4.99. The Goofy Bitches suit replaces an arc reactor with 2 fans and 2 solar panels from Temu. I know. But there's 5s and 10s of people who are rallying for the shows, including people who work with the Young Turks who've never actually watched it and never will. Straight out of Flea Bottom. Thank you for the $4.99. I appreciate it. Reffin 5876 for £5 I don't know if it's been done in the comics, but I think what would Batman do with Superman's body for a night would make a great film. I would be dark. Any news on Spartacus, House of Asher? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to look that up. Let's see. This fall. It comes out this fall, so we will see. I love Spartacus, but I mean, it's modern day, so between Quarterback Garrett and Epic Mike, you almost have a full-grown black person. Hail Friday Night Whites. Hail. Whites. Zeke Stain, more like shit stain. You're right, Arg, another name for 1999. You could erase all of this. Have Doomsday involve RDJ discovering the aboleth from Loki is the ashes of the Phoenix, and he wants to use it to reset reality. Yes. An argument can be made, even the good. Disney Marvel would be better in shape if they hadn't made anything after Endgame. Like nothing. They'd be in better shape. Even the good movies, the movies I like, wipe them out too. Doom Lemons for $1.99. Ironheart should have been Steve Urkel. Steve Urkel's more likable. Programming everything for 200 Martian pesos. At some point, you have to shift the reasoning from ignorance or stupidity to malice. They don't want a strong black hero while their whitish heroes keep failing, so they decided, fuck it, let's let it crash. That's the angle to take, but you also have to point out that they did hand over a directing job, a writing job, and acting jobs to what they call marginalized people to help lift them up. And they handed it over to people who weren't ready for it, didn't care about the source material, and didn't have the ability to produce a watchable TV show. We're talking bare minimum here. I mean, the word mediocre comes up a lot in the show, and they would kill for mediocre at this point. I think I would kill for mediocre at this point. You didn't even achieve that. But they were handed a job based on the color of their skin. And when, you know, what you put into life, you get out of life. Mantifer 5346 for 20 euros says, hi, Gary. Watch your Ironheart watch party because I didn't want to throw any more money at D plus just with your comments. The first few minutes were like the War of the Worlds for modern audiences was good entertainment. Cheers. I'm glad you liked it. We're going to do a fun one. Maybe, oh God, I got to stream today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Maybe Thursday when my video's done. My Ironheart video. My third Ironheart video, which somebody said was 75% of my channel. See, because there's a difference between videos and live streams. I do both, by the way, pretty equally. Nick Too Shy for $20. 28 years later is missing. Big Abby Pump is your hookup. Holla if you hear me. And there's always the next one. Steve O for $19.99 just drops $19.99. Thank you. Riri has more in common with Buddy Syndrome than Iron Man. She's a true villain. She is. Syndrome, by the way. If everyone's special, no one is. I need to watch that. God damn, The Incredibles is great. They made Titan the MC and not Megamind. Great. Says Mansfield Time for $2. With great power comes great reparations, says Bubba Fat. Thank you. The 40-hour work week is dead. I'm working over 50 to make ends meet, and all of you guys shows help me keep saying cheers. So you're raking in that overtime. I don't even know like how you're getting it. Yeah. I use 40-hour work week in air quotes. So how was I paid? I was paid, it depended. But mostly I was paid at the parts places I worked at was I had a minimum salary, and then I would get a percentage of parts I sold, which was pretty easy to hit because I was working back counter. So I wasn't working front counter. It wasn't a sales job. I was working with the techs in the shop, and I do body orders, which are mostly easy because the body shops would just get an order from the insurance company and they would send me a list with the part numbers on them. So all you had to do was go down the list. Of course, you have to double check everything because they get shit wrong all the time. But so yeah, so I got a percentage of every part I sold, and then I got a base salary. And then overtime was based on that, like an average of that. And I worked overtime pretty much every fucking day. Every day. If I was on an 8-hour shift, minimum, I was there 8.5 hours. A lot of times I was there 9. A lot of times I was there 10. Anyway, that's just the way it is. I worked until the work was done, or until the boss like made me go home. But I did not like, and it was an OCD thing. I didn't like walking out, like leaving work done. I hated that. But yeah, that depends. Yeah, it's been since 2018 since I worked my blue collar job. Golem Wolf for $5. You went full Riri, man. You never go full Riri. Don't buy that. Ask Kevin Feige. Ironheart 2025. He went full Riri. Went home empty-handed. Yep. Farting in the bathtub. Not just white liberals. Karen by black director. Yes, you're right. Imperial Fistan for $2. Aided Clock for $20 says, you want a great inclusive movie? Man on Fire. Black man protects white girl who's hunted by a Mexican gang. Great movie, by the way. Great movie. She could invent a milk delivery service so that way fathers in her community don't get lost to the store. Thank you, Doug May. Aided Clock for $20. If you want a great... Oh, I read that one. Lord of the Rings is the best trilogy ever. It is. It should be 1, 2, and 3 on that list. And that list is retarded. So we have Varn with 3 parts for 15 euros. High panel about Iron Slop. In concept, you could actually make Ironheart a decent character if you lean into her being an irredeemable villain. But unfortunately, the creators of this show have mixed up what is good and what is evil. For those fools, acting like a hero is condemnable. Changing the topic, for those who have watched Freyrin, which I have not, Beyond the Journeys, and which are your favorite characters? Mine dies in episode 1. I'll have to ask the I have not watched it. People have been telling me to watch it. Sorry. So my favorite character is the same as yours, the one that died in season 1. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Riri was never going to be a good character. From concept, like the entire concept is ill-advised from going back to the comics. It should have been shit-canned. It like Riri Williams is a worse character than Rocket Racer. Captain Nuts for $10. That was just an example. We have more ideas. Even if you are not interested, hope everyone can check out Pedal to the Thimble. My wife has a great selection of colorful scented goat's milk and shea soap. So Pedal and Thimble, not to the Thimble. Thunderstorm 8926 for $9.99. Woke DEI can't write. No, it never has been able to. Golem Wolf for $5. Come on, guys. She's not stealing. She's relooting. That makes it okay, right? I sit corrected. Jeff up north. What is up, brother? Go check out his channel. Ironheart is Disney's 9/11. It's my 9/11. Except I'm enjoying it. Iron Bro for $1.99. Search up Omar Amanat online. You'll be surprised. Oh, you mean Sana Amanat's pops? I'm not surprised because I looked it up. Sana Amanat. Sana Amanat, who is a producer on Daredevil because they used Miss Marvel, was, I think, she has something to do with marketing. She's the one who wanted to turn Marvel into a lifestyle brand. And her family has connections to the Obamas. Man, somebody really needs to do a deep dive. Maybe it'll be me. Into former presidential cabinet members, employees who work in Hollywood now. Particularly from the Clintons and Obama. Like it's a lot. Marvel died with Stan Lee. Not going to argue. I think Marvel died when Disney bought it. But that's me. Iron Man suit MK3, the classic red and gold, had a battery pack on its hips. Yep. They charged his transistors that made his suit work. Indeed, he plugged into the fucking wall. But you're right. And that's still the best fucking costume, by the way. Those little circles on his hips. Hot Toys did do like a comic accurate one. It's fucking amazing. D-Day Cobra busted balloon knot for $5. Says stereotypes exist for a reason, but Jesus effing Christ, they must have had a list of them all to make sure none of them were missed. Hail to the fellowship. No, it's like the most unintentional racist shit I've ever seen. Like the KKK could not have written something better. Realistic Delinquent for $6.99. A radical identitarian with delusions of grandeur getting kicked out of college is a reinterpretation of Adolf the funny with the funny mustache. They had an Adolf. Well, they had like the septum ring, right? That looked like an Adolf mustache on a black chick. Fart powered suit for Ironheart checks out. That would make more sense if it ran off just fucking fart gas. Josh Kelsey drops $19.99 because that's what he does. Thank you, Josh. What the hell? Beardo is next, isn't he? No, I told you. When you see Beardo, the show will be ending. He'll be in the last 2 minutes of the last show. KC Cheeto for $10. Hey, Gary. Do you remember Dallas Fan Expo when I was telling you about my friend Tommy? He met a girl named Gina who works the diner all day. Working for her, man. She brings home her pay for love. For love. Fucking gay ass song. If you want to spend $10 trying to make me repeat a gay ass song, okay. No, thanks, buddy. Tried to send a super chat a few weeks ago. I don't know if it got lost. Would you guys be interested in some custom homemade FNT soap? We have some creative ideas. Most of the panel, orange bar with glasses, pineapple scented. Yeah, send an email, Captain Nuts. Thank you for the $20 to Gary@nerdrotic.com. Melissa will get back to you. That sounds interesting. I mean, what are you saying? Soap? I mean, like, what are you saying? Because knowing my co-hosts, I think it would be the perfect thing. The perfect thing. Smeeky's coin on FNT before Beardo. Yep. Jesus Christ will be on FNT before Beardo. It boils my blood. Sana Amanat is still employed by Feige, especially after being part of Born Again. Yeah, like that's when like I went, oh, when I started her fucking face being passed around. Her fucking mug was being passed around. I don't like her. I don't like her. Edit the show with tampons and butt plug commercials. Be Buster for $5. No. Hey, FNT, what is better? DKR, Dark Knight Returns or BVS? Be honest question. Dark Knight Rises or BVS? Dark Knight Rises or BVS? Jeremy would say Dark Knight Rises, like 100%. Director's cut BVS? People are getting mad that that's a tough one for me. No, they're not. I'm going to tell you it's a tough one. I'm going to tell you that's actually pretty tough. If you're asking me for pure enjoyment, you're not going to like my answer. Batman versus Superman. Because at least there's Superman in there, and there's Batman, and Jeremy Irons, and there's like some entertainment. Like Tom Hardy's Bane is a horrible interpretation of Bane, but it's so fucking memeable that I get some enjoyment out of it. But there's a big stretch in the movie where like fucking it's boring as fuck. It is boring as fuck. So at least things happen in Batman versus Superman. Too many things, illogical things. Fucking Lex Luthor's a retard. But I'd rather watch Batman versus Superman. Quite frankly, I've watched it more than Dark Knight Returns or Rises. And the football shit is cringe. It is cringe. Magic knee brace, cringe. But there's some cool shit in it too. There is. I can, like, it's a matter of taste. Like, I totally understand why Jeremy would like it. I do. He lays there with his Trump body pillow on one side and his Nolan body pillow on the other, and he watches Dark Knight Rises. I get it. The Cynical Crusader for £5 British. Well done, everyone. You have a half black and a quarter black. We've almost got a full one, guys. Good for you. So proud. Hey, maybe in a couple of years, we'll just get Eric July on. No, we'll get Eric July on soon. And we'll just have a black guy. We're going to get him sooner in a couple of years, as a matter of fact. Nashville Guitars for $2. Tony Stark is iconic. Ironheart is iconic. I like that. I'm going to give that a for effort. Ironheart was cast in the fires of BLM entitlement. I'm going to steal that because that's correct. That's actually a point that I lifted from my previous video that's going to go into the next one because I'm going to make another Ironheart video, everybody. I'm making another, and I'm going to keep making them until they're 75% of my channel. No, I'm making another Ironheart video. And something similar to that I was going to bring up, which is this was born amongst, and I think I kind of talked about it. It was birthed or excreted in a time where I'm going to put it real simple. During the Summer of Love, when a bunch of rich white people were going, please don't burn down my mansion. We love the blacks. Because that's what this is. That's exactly what this is. What is this? It is, please, black people, don't burn down our mansions. We're your friends. We're your allies. What's my take on Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes? One of the best superhero cartoons ever created, and arguably right up there with top 3 or 4 Marvel comic show created. And it wasn't watched by as many people, but it's the storytelling is all pretty close to X-Men, the animated series. It's really fucking good. Really fucking good. Griff Nizzle 7197 for $20. To escape the DEI nonsense, I decided to watch Counterpart, show about old white dude being a badass. What could go wrong? Then I got to season 2, black Muslim woman telling all the whiteys what they did wrong. Yeah, that's the problem with season 2 happened. And it's one of those shows that that was she black? But yeah, season 2 happened in 2016. Yes. No, it took 2 years. So I think it was 2017. So that was that line of demarcation that Hollywood hit. First season's fucking amazing. Tomoser 301 for $5. The crap can kiss my ass. I fucking hate it. So I hate it as much as you guys do. Like her hero name, Ironheart has a crappy personality, and I'm glad you all watch this stuff so I don't have to. My pleasure. I actually enjoy it. I do. I'm not going to pretend I'm like tortured. Now, my editors might be tortured, but I don't really give a fuck what they think. I'm just kidding, Garrett, just a little bit. I get pleasure in it. It cracks me up. When it's this memeably bad, I do get a lot of good laughs out of it, and it's fun. It's fun. You know, it wasn't fun, which I thought would be. I mean, it was fun making it. Was Doctor Who. When Doctor Who ended, that last video we did, which I think is one of Perry's best editing job. His last 2 are his best editing. His last 2 or 3 are his best editing job, but he's just getting better and better. But I think his top tier stuff is the top 10 Star Wars disasters and Doctor Who. When I was done watching that final episode and I knew like truly like, okay, this is it. They're not going to announce it's canceled and they're going to put it on hiatus and talk all this bullshit. But that was it. That was the end of Doctor Who. I was bummed. That's the feeling I had. That's the first feeling I had. Wasn't like, I can't wait to roast the fuck out of this. I mean, a little bit was there. But the first feeling I had when it was over is like, fuck. Like, they did it. They went through with it. They killed the fucking show. That sucks. It's not what I wanted. It's not what anybody wanted. I would like nothing. I mean, I knew it was going to end that way, but I would like nothing more to be wrong. I would love to be proved wrong. I'm not afraid to be wrong. I don't give a shit. I want, if Superman and Fantastic Four are the greatest movies of the year, that'd be fucking awesome. That'd be awesome. Like some miracle happens and I'm convinced female Silver Surfer works. That'd be great. It's not going to happen, but that'd be great. YouTube is the empire. They put at symbols in the chat. Fuck that. I want to hear their reasoning. I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but with QBG and Miki, we almost have a full black person. Imperial Fist Stan. We almost did. They should do a what if Ironheart. What if Riri Williams was a hero? It's pretty out there, even for Marvel. Yeah, that's a good one. Lazy Slacker for $2 says, Asshole looks fatter than normal. No, he's lost weight. It's just the camera. He's big boned. Sean Roberts for $10. F1 is my top 5 racing film with Grand Prix, Le Mans, Rush, and Days of Thunder. That's cool. Did I see Le Mans? No. I liked Rush. I liked Days of Thunder. Remember when Miki said it's raining men? Hallelujah. It's raining men. Did he say that? Beardo at Epic Mike. Fuck. Hey, Miki baby, did you think I wouldn't find you here? Silly goose. Anyway, much love, moi, says Epic Miki loves bum stuff. Take my last $2. I don't need food when I have FNT. I don't want to take your last $2. Chocolate milk bubbles. But thank you. Fatal Kilroy for $10 says, Shad, you have prepared for this Sunday's coming. Sundays come follow me. DNC 67 through 70 should be elder quorum this week, right? I don't know what I just read. Epic Turd says Lazy Slacker. Oh my God. I mean, like, thank you for the $2, but come up with better stuff than that. If the MCU's FF, much likely in reality, the ultimate nullifier is the vagina. I said that before. Yes. The ultimate nullifier will be the vagina. And if you know, you know. And if you know, you know. The Doug Mack for $10. Epic Meek made it onto FNT before Tardo. Affirmative action for the diabetic amputee for the win. Half black Twitter will approve. Stay iconic.
Iconic. She acts like this, like she's talking at the sides of each side of her mouth, but not the front of the mouth. So it's like, I want to be iconic.
The username thing is cool but retarded. I like the username thing. I don't want to change it. It frightens and confuses me. Aaron James, 321 for $4.99. Well, the name change will kill memes and by extension, super chats. I mean, yeah. YouTube long term would lose revenue if they keep this up beyond just being unpopular. But I mean, the thing is, you can change your @ You can. Kind of a pain in the ass, but you can do it. But it is stupid and it will affect it. It will. Well, I mean, that's why, like, just diversify. That's all you can do. Diversify on YouTube. Diversify, have fun, ride the wave, enjoy it while it lasts. Everything ends. Hot dude looking for epic Mickey. Okay, it's getting fucking pretty gay up in here. All right. My Mickey, he finally made it. I don't know what this Mickey shit is at all. And I should. I'm pretty up on the lore for most channels. Jared Murphy for $5. Longtime lurker, first time super chatter. Thank you. No need to be gentle. Oh, we never are. We just pretend to be with this sound, but we're going in raw. Raw. I have loved FNT for years. I know Gary has written a book already, but if anyone on the panel has or chat wants to write a book for my wife is a professional author and my wife is a professional writer and ghostwriter who will write your books for you. If you're interested in her writing style, her Amazon best-selling memoir is called Turtle Soup is Enough. She also has been writing a romantasy series about werewolves in a dystopian future. Sounds like my wife would like it. Is there gay vampires in it? Because then my wife will fucking read it. Dystopian future being hunted by a corrupt government. Her first book is called Enchanted Blood, and she just released a novella in the same world called Whisper Glass. Shad, since all y'all like Twilight, I'd like you may be interested. By the way, we enjoy Twilight too, but I don't. Her website is Margaret O'Connor Writes. Keep up the good work, y'all. Cheers. And that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 40. 40, $45. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, the book, we're going to, if I get my shit together and get my questions, if Eric gets his questions answered and we decide on a trailer song like soon, we should be releasing it around Superman. The book. And yes, there'll be hardcovers. There will be signed versions. We're going to be doing a pre-sale, but the book is done. So it's just putting it together, getting ready to print, put it out. So I'm guessing that process takes a couple, 3 months at most. And then after the pre-sale through Ripasend, it will be available on Barnes & Noble and all that other stuff. And that's when I start the audiobook, which will be a different experience in the book. But that's the plan. That's the plan. I can't wait. Can't wait for you to see the Perry put together. I think a pretty cool trailer. I think you'll like it. Hope so. Did a great job. You have a colored homo. I thought it says Momo. I said homo. You have a whoops, Freudian slip. We have a colored homo. I meant to say you have a colored Momo. Awesome. Epic nog. I like colored homo better. I read it. Shut it down. Where's the override? The override. A colored homo. Ah, shit. R.I.P. Pumpkin. It's been 3 months since Mike ate ya. What the fuck is up with all the Mike lore? What is going on with him? The way the cousin died made me feel slightly uncomfortable. He died slow, alone, and afraid. This could have easily been prevented by Riri, but she left him to die. How am I supposed to sympathize with her or see her as a hero after that? You're not, Robert Thooms. And like, bless your heart. You're a fan. We love you. Thank you for the 1999. And bless all y'all. Bless all y'all for your passion, for trying to like work this out in your head logically. That's what fans do. You care more than the writers did. You care more than the producers did. You care more than the people who actually created this character, who just wanted to have a black female Iron Man. That's it. Wesley Paget for $10 says, I can't wait for Riri to step into the multiverse. Hopefully she will stop by Black Doctor Strange Society of Magical Negroes and show her black girl magic. It will be iconic. And then they can go to stop Dr. Doom in a Target. Do China women have sideways slit? You stank, though you're amazing. And that's from Lazy Slacker. I don't know. And everybody stinks at some point in our life. Birdie Gear Village for $9.99 Muppets theme. I can't read. I'm not going to know. I'm not going to sing it. Gary, wake up. It's time to start the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to get things started with the Friday Night Tights. Ba-bum, ba-bum. Love the Muppet Show. F1 has proven that Joseph Kosinski should definitely direct Days of Thunder 2 just for the racing scenes and his past work with Tom Cruise alone. Yep. It doesn't matter if Smeeky knows who I am, LOL. Is it Smeeky or Meeky now? Like, I'm so fucking confused. Show is missing one metal god and some gay Brazilian. So Eric July and who else? Stan Mask or whatever his name is. I forgot. The guy was riding Eric's coattails on that #1 single. Ironheart. I needed to steal shit and use magic to make my iron suit. Tony Stark. All I had was a box of scraps in a cave while kidnapped. Yep. Ryan better have a headdress ready. He might. Arg another name. Mike Big Bag that I got switched to coin as well, says Corn Boy. I'm not though. I'm not, because I don't care. I don't care about the Switch. I don't care about Nintendo, but I hope everybody enjoys it and has tons of fun. Yeah, it sucks. Switch 2's big month it still sold fucking shit ton, I imagine, but it got drowned out. Just like Pride. As retribution to the homosexual tardiness exhibited by Monsignor Nerdrotic, I hereby issue this missive in exorbitantly excessive verbosity for the opportunity to laugh at his reading thereof. Fuck off. Thank you for the $5. Abomination for $5. So she has the tech to copy a person's brain overnight. This means they don't need to hack terminals, right? They can simply scan everyone's brains and get all the info they need. They can, you would think. Abomination with a follow-up. I used to go to and work at not MIT. And even they had so much security and multi-door locks that they could stop anyone stealing so much as a hard drive. How is this suit so insecure? Well, because you trust black people. Shout out Comics Dad Channel, Weebs and Kaboom, X Louie, GI34X, World of Gaming, Hail FNT, as Lionheart Rants Epic. Yes. Zendo Deb for $2. Gary, when is your book coming out? Around Superman. Masur for $10. Hail Fellowship. My birthday was yesterday, so I figured I'd share the celebration with a Rumble rant. Thanks for the fun. Masur 8, happy birthday. Happy late birthday. Sorry about that. Sorry we missed it. Okay, where the heck was I in the newbies? Candace Owens. Well, okay, there we go. There we go. All caught up. Sorry, had to get to the new ones. Hi, hope everybody's doing just great. Mexi Rage for $10. World War III has flopped at the box office alongside Civil War II Electric Boogaloo, not the Barbenheimer effect they wanted. It took me a second to read that. Also, I got Blazing Saddles in 4K, and I'm really getting annoyed with Guns Superman. Hail. Blazing Saddle 4K, awesome. Yeah, it's kind of annoying from Gun a little bit. Hail the Fellowship. Will there be a meetup at San Diego Comic-Con? Yes. What's the details on that, X-Ray Girl? It's at a bar.
I'm assuming it's probably the same bar Chris mentioned last year, but I can get the details.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to RSVP. We will get you details. Gabe, Big Man Comics, is gonna be there. We're gonna be at his table. I'll be there with Garrett and Chris Gore. I don't know all the details yet, but I'm thinking it's the same place we did last year. But you do have to RSVP. It's free though. But there is a meetup. Yes. Good question. Chris B. I think something that F1 shows is that general audiences want more Jerry Bruckheimer type movies on the regular, like we had frequently for 20 years. Yes. Good old fashioned movie. Good old fashioned movie. That's all. As a huge fan of Formula One fan, I love the movie. Obviously, there was a lot of improbabilities and accuracies and unrealistic elements, but it was definitely entertaining. Can't wait to own it. Yeah, it's a 4K purchase, like day one. Steelbox. Off to Turkey tomorrow. Go Beckley next week. Oh, the Raven and the Writing Disc. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Project Hail Mary Trail dropped. Any thoughts? We can take a look at it. Let me get it. Okay, so I very much liked the book. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. I very much like the book. Let's take a look at the Project Hail Mary trailer. Fuck IGN. Okay, we'll go Amazon. Y'all ready? Let's. So that's pretty much how the book starts out. I think. Okay, so I've already seen the trailer and I like it, but we're gonna see it together. I think it shows too much. I understand why, but it shows too much because the book is mystery box, but it pays off. It's a fun read. It's a fun audiobook. I listened to it on my way out to Vegas. So when I drove out to Vegas, I listened to damn near the whole thing and then the rest on the way back. It's a fun book. And it's done by the author of The Martian. And he is a school teacher that wakes up in a spaceship. And he kind of has to figure out like what his name is, who he is, what his motivations are, what the fuck he's doing there, obviously. It kind of goes from there. What's happening, and they'll tell you in the trailer, is the sun is dying, but it's not just dying in our solar system, it's dying elsewhere. The reason in the book, which I will not divulge, that he was a scientist and now he's just a teacher, and why he is their last best hope. There's a very specific reason. So that it's It's Miller, by the way. The two guys that Kathleen Kennedy fired from Solo after they filmed 90. So this is where they're kind of showing too much. But a lot of this is him in isolation, right? Trying to figure it out, and then getting, like, you could see like little flashbacks and stuff. But I would recommend reading the book first.
My God.
It's I think it's going to be it could potentially be a very good movie. A very good movie. It's a feel good movie. It's a movie about friendship. That's what it is. Saving the world and friendship. And I like the book. Hey, what's up, Nerd Cookie? Somebody said Andy Ware's worst story. It's like, I liked it. What's up, Nerd Cookies? Yeah, it's a story of friendship. It's feel good little tale. And yeah, I saw Rocky in there, and I think they got kind of right. Enemy Mine, not really. I mean, conceptually, maybe. I don't want to ruin too much. Yeah, I didn't get through Artemis. I did not get through Artemis at all. But I like The Martian, and I like the Martian quite a bit, and I like this. So I could say I'm cautiously optimistic for this one, and has potential to be a big hit. I think it has potential to be a big hit. Go read the book. It's good. Where was I? Where was I? There we are. Nerd Cookies is going to make like 8 or 9 videos on it. So you go watch them. Thanks, the Marek, for the suggestion. Are we getting close to one Hollywood CEO bucking all the DEI requirements and just deciding they only make movies that people want? I'd say the one CEO that's there that would do that is Zaslav, and he hasn't done it. I want to root for Zaslav because he pisses off most of Hollywood, and I think he's there to be a businessman and to make money, but too much stupid shit has happened under his watch for me to be convinced yet. Now I could be convinced otherwise, but I'm not going to let Black Snape go. That's not just your normal race swap. That is a mistake that is a biblical mistake. That is one of the biggest mistakes in Hollywood history, that casting. And that's under his fucking watch. He also, under his watch, made the horrible decision to cut 2 episodes. He signed off on it to get rid of 2 episodes of House of the Dragon season 2. It is a lot of stupid shit. But my mind can be changed. But I think out of all the fucking CEOs of traditional studios, he's the one who would buck the DEI trends. It won't be Iger. He will be the last one. I think a lot of people are questioning Skydance. I wouldn't get your hopes up for Skydance. They gave us Jar Jar Trek. Yes, they gave us Mission Impossible, but they also gave us Jar Jar Trek. So don't get your hopes up on that one. Plus, they have to go to King's Landing and bend the knee to Trump so that deal goes through. Thank you, Infamous, for $6.99. Black Cane for $2. This will be the first Bond not serving Elizabeth. I know. God. F1 was fucking awesome, says Travis AM for $5. I agree. TV shows that work. Star 24, Stargate, House, and BSG. Could not agree more. I'll take your word for it on Stargate. Babylon 5, too. Babylon 5. I just, it's an episode that I've seen multiple times, Matthew, and you're not going to want to hear this because you want me talking about, and you know what? I appreciate you staying on me about Stargate. I'm going to get through to it. I will get to it. I promise. Is Guy Ritchie directing Roadhouse 2? I don't know. Roadhouse was fine. It was fine. It's not as good. Just watch the original again. So I was watching tons of Babylon 5 over the weekend and Gropos. So it's an episode I've seen a bunch of time. It's in season 2. I think it's like episode like 6 or 7 or something like that. And I don't know. I just watched it differently this time. Sat through and watched it, and it's about the doctor Stephen and his dad. His dad played by, I'm pretty sure, let me get the name right. Yes, the late great Paul Winfield plays his dad. So a military ship docks at Babylon 5. There's 25,000 of the ground pounders, basically grunts, Marines, grunts, men and women. They need to find a place for him. That's fine. And the general, the bigwig, is Stephen's dad. And they have philosophically, it's kind of a strained relationship. They philosophically disagree. One's, going out to fight a war, and the other one's, giving his life to medicine and wants to save lives, more of a pacifist approach, breaks the rules, does whatever he can to get stuff done. Long story short, they don't hate each other. They have a conversation where, like, we have our differences, but no matter what, I love you, Dad. Like, it's a great message. And that's there's like I can't say AB plot. There's like a 1B, 1A, 2A plot on this one. And the other plot is getting to know some of the Marines, right? And some of them are dicks. Some of them, attack crew members on Babylon 5, but they're seen as kind of a reckless bunch. And, you got to understand, they see, combat, and some are young, and we get to know the military, right? And they actually start getting along with the crew of the B5, where they start connecting and they start like partying and telling war stories together. And at the end of the episode, the 5 new characters we meet, all dead. All fucking dead, including one that a Marine girl that Gary Baldy was going to hook up with. Almost hook up with, didn't. Kissed her goodbye, fucking dead. So we had a positive message, father-son message, and basically a Memorial Day message in one episode of TV. It was fucking awesome. Great episode. Poor Dodger. Was that his girlfriend? What was that girl at the time? His girlfriend in real life. He ends up marrying. He married the psychic in real life. And they're all like, half that cast is dead. Half that cast is dead. But season 2's amazing. Setting up the Shadow War. It's fucking so good. Good shit. Where was I? Yeah, I forgot who Jerry Doyle was married to. What the first empath there. But then then he got based and started doing a radio show, like right-wing libertarian radio show, before he had his heart attack and died. All right, where was I? Hey Gary, besides the classic and black suit, what's your favorite Spider-Man suit from the comics? Scarlet Spider. So classic suit, black suit, and not the big spider, not the Ben Reilly Spider-Man one. No, like the hoodie. Scarlet Spider. Followed closely, I like the Iron Spider costume too, as a temporary costume, as a very temporary costume. I like Spider-Man 2099's costume a lot as well, but that's not technically a Peter costume. So, but Scarlet Spider, number 3. Number 4, Iron Spider. Number 5, Spider-Man 2099. Jesus Christ, Gary, it's hot out today in Great Britain. Well, I'm glad I'm not there because your country smells like shit when it's hot out in the city. In London, not in the country. It's beautiful. It's just like like, don't take it personally. Our cities smell like fucking shit too. Okay, like, don't take it personal. Timothy Dalton is the best Bond after Connery and Brosnan. No. I love Timothy Dalton. I do. But I'm a Roger Moore guy, Matthew, and you know that. So I'll fight you on that. Hollywood unions need to allow the creation of more pies and not cut larger slices from existing ones. If they do that, talented people will need to leave them. You would think they want that. You would think they want more members. But the whole thing of a union is to gatekeep. In my humble opinion, Superman needs to be 9 or 10 out of 10 to kickstart the DC universe. And I think we're going to get a 7, maybe. I'm hoping I'm wrong, English batchers. I think we're going to get a 7, and I think they will continue it. And I think it could survive absolutely with a 7 out of 10. With a 7 out of 10. It just depends on how Warner Brothers reacts. Because there's many out there, many. Not a lot of you, not Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, but there's many that would argue that Man of Steel was a 7 out of 10 and they should have kept on going. Beyond the Snyder Bros. I'm not going to necessarily say Superman was a 7 out of 10. Man of Steel, I like Man of Steel. But the Pa Kent shit knocks major points off it. There's a lot of stuff I like, though. I own it. But for the future of the superhero film, English Batchers, it needs to be a 9 or a 10 out of 10. It does. It absolutely does. For James Gunn's sake, it needs to be a 9 or a 10 out of 10. And from what I hear, it just isn't. It just isn't. Boils my blood that Sana Amanat is still employed by Feige, especially after Daredevil Born Again. Her brother Omar Amanat is actually serving 5 years. Oh, it's of Fed fraud on Wiki. And her daddy used to work with the Obamas. I mean, listen, you can't control. You can't control family. You can't. And was it federal? Was he stealing money? It depends. If you're in prison for tax evasion, I'm not really looking at you as a criminal. I'm just not. I'm looking at you as a hero. But if you were doing shit like federal fraud, like stealing PPP money or Social Security money, you're a piece of shit and you belong in prison. So I'll go look it up. But yeah. Archer Merchant for $5. As a test, I closed my eyes and pretended it was Star-Lord and realized, in my opinion, he may have just written in Star-Lord as Superman. That's what people were worried about. That's a genuine concern. I heard a rumor that Ironheart was supposed to be called the Blood Siblings. It was going to be a period piece. Because they still have them. Whether they identify as a dude or a lesbian or whatever. I'm having so much fun with yours and everyone's Ironheart reviews. Oh, thanks, Robert. Appreciate you. They're supposed to be fun. That's the whole point. They're supposed to be fun. The detractor sphere, whatever the fuck it is, the reason they exist is they don't know how to have fun. Those are the most unfun people. That's the commonality. Unfun. Because we take it, that's what we human beings do. We take sad situations, tragic situations, and we find levity. We find a way to have fun with it. And, the universe provides. Batfleck, why didn't you say your country's name? Why didn't you say that name? Says a Knockman Reviews and Rants. If as says TYT, it means trans young titties. That's kind of, I was like, what the fuck is TYT? I didn't want to break into it. I'm like, whatever. Az is probably talking about some gaming shit I know nothing about. That's what I thought it was. I'm like, what the fuck is TYT? It's the Young Turks. Diversity, equity, and well, you know the rest. David, that was a good one. That was a good one. I applaud you, sir. Well done. His gun's slightly off camera, but somehow still visible, feeding him lines. I don't know. Why is right wing so ignorant to nerd culture? Aaron, I don't. Okay. Do you want? I'll give you the answer, and the answer remains the same. And I'm still seeing it today. So I am an independent. Okay. I am not a right wing or a conservative. I'm an independent. Always have been, always will be, mostly because I couldn't vote for a long time. So I can vote now. And I remain independent because I don't believe in blind loyalty in any institution or person. I just don't believe it. That's fundamentally against everything I have learned throughout my life. But it is very clear that the uber radical progressive left and the progressive left has lost classic liberals. So a lot of people in the middle, the crazy libertarians who like libertarians. I like the cut of some of the like taxation without theft. You got me. But then they get super gay and weird. And I just fucking can't do it. They shoot themselves in the foot every fucking time. Every time, man. So I just stay indie, baby. I just stay indie and I go with issue. I'm not Jeremy's always makes a great point of don't be a fucking one issue voter. I'm not going to get everything I want. I understand that. That's life. That's libertarians need to understand that. You're not going to get everything you want. If you start getting some, then we can start working towards a consensus, because believe it or not, we're not going to live in a country with a bunch of people that think exactly like you. And nor do I want that. Right. But circling back to why the right wing are so ignorant to nerd culture, because they're quitters. They're fucking quitters. And they don't understand it because either they weren't reared in it or they gave up on it. And a lot of that comes from a very elitist, pompous, comes from their rich roots, which partially I like. I don't begrudge rich people. Rich people employ people. Rich people innovate stuff. There can be billionaires. It can be a fucking shit ton of billionaires. Doesn't bother me. I ain't fucking jealous. I'm not. But the right's biggest problem is, especially, we're talking pundits here. We're not talking about regular rank and file Republicans. We're talking about pundits, YouTubers, politicians. They're so fucking hyper political and they're so blissfully unaware of culture that they make the major mistake thinking just because I'm not into something, well, my constituents aren't into this thing either. That's their biggest problem. And it's also because the right wing, the organization, the Republican organization, the neocons, whatever they are, black-pilled a lot of institutions because we can't find it anymore because they're fucking quitters. They quit on education. They quit on the actual government. The actual government is dominated by Democrats. And they quit on pop culture because they saw it as silly and gay and stupid and childish. And these are stories, not realizing how much fucking power our culture has and what's a major part of our culture that makes us the most influential country in the history of the world: pop culture. There are kids in the middle of Africa starving who know who Superman is. I go in the middle of Cusco, Peru. What do I see? Kids with Captain America shirts on. Captain America, and not Captain African America. Steve Rogers, Captain America. It's called soft power. We talked about, I got that from somebody else. It's not anything I invented, but it's true. It's soft power. The left recognize that immediately. Those who control the information control the world. And the right-wing Republican dipshits who fucking geeks in their basement and fucking virgins and dear dorks and all that. Who gives a shit what they say? Well, you abandon them. And now you made thanks to Trump, some efforts have been made to get them back. And what has the uber progressive left been screeching about since their loss? We lost men. We lost men. Well, you drove men away, for one. But neither side gave a fuck. Neither side gave a fuck. Biggest mistake the Democrats made was losing men. Biggest mistake that Republicans continue to make is not taking pop culture seriously. Not taking gaming seriously. And our culture is dying, by the way. We have hit a dead end. And that is not good for anybody. We need it to be good again, because it's a sign that our country is healing and being healthy. Our country is sick. And the first sign of it is look at our culture. Look at our pop culture. Look at our comics. Look at our music. Look at our art. So that's why they're so fucking, I won't say ignorant, Aaron, they're retarded. They're culturally retarded. Many have recognized that and started, like people like Benny out there, hail Benny Johnson and others. But like Tim Pool will talk about cultural stuff, and that's good. His takes are fucking terrible, but he's like, Ironheart wasn't that bad. It's like, bro. Maybe you should get Jack Murphy to come on and talk about it. He might be better qualified. Jesus Christ. But yeah, at least Tim recognizes pop culture. He's a skater. He's in the music. He recognizes the importance of it. He does UFO shit too, which I like. But god damn, some of these political pundits, their pop culture takes are about as good as my fucking Israel and Palestinian takes. It's not. It wasn't that woke, he said. Tim said Ironheart wasn't that woke. The guy calling Civil War every other week said Ironheart ain't that woke. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I like the Midnight Suns game, even though it was nothing like the team. 1 and 2. Its predecessors are still the best. Marvel Ultimate Alliance are the best. I refuse to play that game because they call it Marvel Suns, like suns in the sky. When it's Midnight Suns, when it's supposed to be suns, and they didn't want to call it Suns because there were some daughters in it. There's some women in it. It's fucking gay. So that whole concept makes me reject it completely. I might get hate, but Ultimate Alliance is the shit, and I have it for my PS3. 1 and 2. 1's better. I might get hate for this, but I actually liked X-Men Evolution more than the 90s cartoon. That's fine. X-Men Evolution was good. You'll probably still get some hate, but I don't think you should get too much. Can you recommend a good Punisher run? Yes. Welcome Back, Frank, written by Garth Ennis. When did he die? Yeah, he died. Oh man, he's been dead for a while now. Steve Dillon, artist Steve Dillon. He died in 2016. R.I.P. Steve Dillon, man. Preacher stuff too. Great preacher stuff. Sam Jackson is in Tulsa King season 3 too. You are correct. I love Sam Jackson. He's a retard politically, but I still love him. I still respect him. He's a great actor. Just an apology. George Perez is really great. I was foolish to judge it based on one issue. I bought the omnibus, goated art, and yeah, it was worth it. Yeah, George Perez is one of the all-time greatest I will say he and John Byrne are the purest comic book artists who ever lived. Outside of obviously Kirby. We're going to leave Kirby out of this. But even up against Ditko, I'm going to say like pure, because what we get a lot now, and I'm not saying with everything, but we get a lot is not comic book art. It's overly detailed. Some of it's like fucking Cal Art shit. I'm talking about like traditional, like comic book art. You know, again, like Graham Nolan is a traditional great comic book artist. That's what I'm talking about. The guy can get his shit done. His stuff looks amazing, and it's not just all over the fucking place. You know, and I like Todd McFarlane. I do. A little overdone, but I like it. Love Todd McFarlane, as a matter of fact. I love his Spider-Man shit. I love his Hulk shit too. But like, I prefer, you know, George Perez, John Byrne. Those are like, that's my sweet spot. That's what I like. What do you think of J. Michael Straczynski's run on Spider-Man? Really good until he fundamentally fucked up the character forever. So unforgivable mistake. I like him as a writer. I like B5, and I know that he was just being a good company man, doing what Quesada said. At least that's what the story we get. But as far as me being excited about him coming back, dude, if you come back to completely undo One More Day, okay. It's lost. And that's sad because the comic industry is lost without Marvel and DC. Now, DC at least is making an effort. The problem is DC is still filled with a bunch of activist dipshits, and they're not going to change. So whatever you're seeing now, this little blip, it'll be gone in a little bit. We get 3 seasons of Deadwood and 5 of Yellowstone. Lame. Yeah, I would have rather have had it the other way around because Deadwood is objectively a better show than Yellowstone, like by orders of magnitude. Hollywood Kryptonite is great read. The George Reeves story reads like a pulp novel with old school Hollywood mob ties. Go Bronx Bombers. Yeah, poor George Reeves. Was he killed? Did he kill himself? Don't know. My Mets have I kind of believe he killed himself. My Mets have gone 3-13 since their Pride Night. All teams should go 0 since their Pride Night, so don't feel bad. What would be great intro to Moon Knight as far as omnibuses go? Not really a collector, but I want to read the story. I don't know if Volume 1 has all the precursor stuff. It's been a while since I owned a store. Yeah, okay, get Moon Knight Omnibus Volume 1. That's what you want. Moon Knight Omnibus Volume 1. And honestly, if you go to like Freak Toys in Sheboygan, or you go to a local comic store that's got some good half price $1 and a good back issue selection, you might be able to get everything in that omnibus for cheaper than the omnibus. Just take a little hunting. But those comics aren't like super valuable in lower grades. And if you just care about reading, then go get the beat up dollar copy and read it. But yeah, Volume 1 Omnibus, you're good. Marvel fans have bullied DC fans forever, all thanks to the dumbest company on the planet. I hope this Superman movie is great and give the world hope. I do too. I really do. I hope it's like Spider-Man, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man of Superman. That's what I want it to be. In equal parts DC Marvel fan, I will still die on the Barry Allen hill, even if I grew up in the Wally era. Don't kill your main characters. Emerald Twilight was an editorial abomination. Hey, like I said, I have no dog in that fight, by the way. I like Barry Allen. I kind of prefer the Wally West books. But Rebirth, good stuff. Good stuff. Green Lantern and Flash, Rebirth. Fun. Sold a lot of books. Which Catwoman comic should I buy? Jim Ballant run? Yes. Yes, like I mean, you're not wrong, Anaquamon. Don't listen to me because I can't fucking YouTube. My camera can't even stay in focus. What the fuck do I know? What the fuck do I know? Just got through the Illusionist house scene in The Devils. All I could think was I wanted to shove my book in the face of the writers of Doctor Strange Mom and yell, "This is how you you diegetic backstory." Hail, Gary. You used a big word there. Stop using big words. Devils is great. That's what I'm trugging through right now. And I'm loving it. X-Ray's future pet water monitor. Dance like no one is watching, since like no one is listening, and live each day like it's your last. The latter is why X-Ray Girl should get me for a pet. No. Hey, Gary, happy Monday. Me and my dad saw F1 on Saturday, easily the best film of the year. Pepsi Pascal is still gay. Hail the fellowship and FNT. God bless. Hail to you. Pellinator 27 for $9.99. I'm glad you enjoyed it with Pops. That's a good dad movie. Go out with dad. Gary, you're my IT specialist. Windows 10 keeps saying your device is missing important security and quality fixes, but it's not fixing any updates. Hell, accidental seller. What I would do is ignore it and plug it back in. F4 looks way better than Superman. I could not disagree more. But you are free to have that opinion here. So you think Fantastic Four looks way better, not just better, way better than Superman? I disagree respectfully. Thank you. First Formula One, then F4 with Pepsi Pascal comes out. What happened to the other two Formula movies? I'll give you that as sympathy. I agree with you, Gary. I like how that started. Lucas Garrett for $10. The way I see it, the old MCU is the life and times of Tony Stark. It began with him. It should have ended with him. Marvel is a train wreck now, not worth saving. It's not. It's really not. And we had a great comment under my video that I posted yesterday. I think Perry brought it up to me. It's I miss the days when people thought Thor 2 were bad. And it's like, fucking word. For one, I've never hated Thor 2. Never. For the record, I have never hated Thor 2. And it's not bad. I'd watch Thor 2 1,000 times before almost anything from, particularly from Disney Marvel in phase 4 and 5. I think anything. I'd rather watch Thor 2 than Deadpool and Wolverine. I would. Don't know how his acting skills are, but appearance alone, Jacob Elordi looks similar to Connery. Definitely his eyebrows. Just needs a bulk up and a haircut. There you go. Iron Buddha 80 says, my comic shop just put out a ton of boxes of more recent Marvel back issues. They're trying to sell them for one or two and still can't get rid of them. Yeah, they're just stuck with junk and grab bags. I mean, I can't communicate this enough. A habit that I've had, a positive hobby and habit that I've had since I was very young, the thing I learned how to read, my favorite out of movies and television and fantasy novels, my favorite thing in this world is comic books. It just is. And I had a store, but before a store, I was very loyal to other stores, and I was there every Wednesday to get my funny books. A big pile of funny books. Loyal customer. Good customer. The kind of customer a comic shop would kill for. A kind of customer who's going to drop stupid, irresponsible amounts of money on new comic books. That really pissed off his first wife. But you know what? The current one, she hates when I say that, but the wife I'm married to now and will be forever. Never gave a shit about that stuff. And I gave that up. And it was over kind of a small thing, but I've never gone back. So I still spend money at local comic stores. I still spend the same amount of money, but none of it is on Marvel or DC, and I mean zero. The only time I've ever bought a new book from those two is Mark Silvestri's Batman and Joker book, and I bought that off of eBay from a dude. And I know when I go to the comic stores, I'm giving it to them. They've already bought the books outright, but it's principal. But I do go to those comic stores and I buy toys from them. I buy lots of back issues. I buy, the modern books I do get are Conan, Mark Miller stuff. And then now it's Transformers. I'm completely addicted to Transformers. Fucking so good. But my favorite thing in the world, I gave up on because of them. And I'm not going back. I have no interest to go back. They killed it. It's really kind of sad. Are you confirmed for San Diego Comic-Con? Is there a meet? Yes, there's a meetup, and I am going. Will there be a signed copy of your book, or will I have to find a meetup? There will be a signed copy, B-Buster. There will be a signed copy that you can get from Rip Ascend. We're going it through Rip Ascend. You know, Eric's like really busy right now. He's got this Brazilian dude like riding his coattails. He's got #1 hits, and he's really I think Saints and Sinners it's going to be at 10,000 books any second now, which is doing really good. Lots of shit going on. Lots of stuff going on. My little book is not even on his radar yet, but it'll be out. We're going to do the pre-order around Superman. We're going to do the pre-order around Superman, and then hopefully I don't know. Maybe you'll have some in your hands by San Diego, but I don't think so. We'll see. But you will be able to get, I mean, there's not a lot of merch, but we're doing like a couple shirts if you want them, and a hat, I think. And then we'll do signed copies. And then I got to go up there and finally visit the Ripaverse warehouse, and yes, go sign some books. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Sam Raimi would be a great choice for DC if given the right project, but we got Gunn. But Sam Raimi could make a better Superman movie than Gunn. And that is a definitive statement as of right now. Despite him just making Doctor Strange Mom, Sam Raimi could make a better Superman movie than Gunn. More qualified. Blood siblings, like the Wachowski siblings, pretty much. Mobland was released down here like a month later. I just finished the second episode. It's been a while since I got hooked on a show. It's nice. Oh, excellent. A joy, Diego. Thanks for being a member for 2 years. Babylon 5 Season 3 intro theme is the best. Music is more serious, tragic, and tense. It's like, oh, crap. It's serious now. Yeah. Well, especially after the events of Season 2. Holy shit. I wish I could get you to watch Stargate 1. I will watch Stargate 1, Destiny Captain. I promise you, I will. It's such a commitment, though. All right, after I'm done with this run of fucking Babylon 5, I'll do it. And I'll check in with you guys on the member stream. Okay? Okay. But it's got to be after July. I'm a little busy in July. Hey, Gary, the actress portraying Hawk Girl is gorgeous, but so short, it's comical. If she's supposed to be Shea or Kendra. Oh, fuck if I know. Shiera or Kendra. She's very cute. And then they make her frumpy and stupid in that costume, and she's tiny. It's like find some women. Like, you know, there are women who are 5'7". You know, are women who work out and act. Find somebody who looks formidable. I got nothing against her. She's very cute, right? But she's cute. She's cute. Talking about Hawk Girl. Arguably one of the most popular characters from fucking Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Or Justice League Unlimited. Do you think we will ever get Henry Cavill as the next 007 Bond? No, but we should. It should be really on the nose. They should cast Henry Cavill, put him in 3 fucking movies, and then recast him. If you want to bring people back to Bond, you want to go back to basics. That's what I said about F1 subverting expectations. It subverted the expectations of modern Hollywood. It showed them what a traditional, good old-fashioned hero looks like. Something they have no fucking idea. So Kaczynski, great director. I think he's top tier now. I'd put him in the top 3, 4. Accidental Seller says, when shadow ship rise from Mars, dig site. Music chills. Oh, yes, yeah. Dude, that was it's so good. The whole setup of the shadows, dude, is so fucking good. It's slow and methodical. For Babylon 5, there was a fake trailer that shows a recast. Cavill as Sheridan, Ava Green as Delenn, Statham as Garibaldi. Oh, Statham would be great as Garibaldi, and Elizabeth Olsen as Ivanova. I am not against that. That is all great casting. Who's Sinclair? Matthew McConaughey. Gonna say it right now. If we're just dream casting, Matthew McConaughey. I've been loving Conan by Robert E. Howard. Razor Hammond. It's brilliant. Brilliant stuff. After all, beta cut characters, Conan is a Chad, the ultimate Chad. That's why they can't make it anymore. Remember the B5 episode with the purple? I just watched it. The Drazi feud. Why are you fighting? He wear purple. I wear green. But like, what's the motivation behind it? I wear green. He wear purple. We fight. Modern politics reminds me a lot of that lately. Also, Dodger comes back in B5 for one night. Yeah, that I just watched that episode. It's hilarious. And Ivanova gets like her leg broken. Comic book shop opened up across the street, so I dug all my stuff out and organized it. I've now been over there 4 times to buy back issues. Currently collecting Gen 13, love Gen 13, and Jim Lee X-Men. I'm going broke quick, but it's a good broke. It's a solid broke. It's a tangible broke. It's a broke to where, like, you know, if I need to sell this shit back someday, I could. You know, comic books can be an investment, but make it an investment in what you love. I've asked ChatGPT for a script of Superman plot with the leaks and the trailers, and we got it. Sounds so much better. You should try it. I will, Shlomi. I will try it. Thank you for the $4.99. Wow, we've been here for a long time. Holy shit. Shlomi Leaner for 4. I already read that one. Should I buy Superman Triangle Era or Man of Steel? Man of Steel. Oh, the comics? Man of Steel. John Byrne, Man of Steel. If you haven't seen Metatron's analysis of Tolkien's speech pattern from 4 days ago, then make a note to watch it. Hint, JRR's brain works too fast. Like you can tell. The dude's intellect was off the fucking charts. And there's every sign of that. But yes, his brain works too fast. A lot of people's do, and that's somewhat goes with ADHD. And I'm not saying it's a superpower and a sign of intelligence for everybody, but like when I have trouble reading, it's because I'm reading too fast. Like I get my eyes get ahead of my brain and my speech all the time. That's why I fuck up so much. What's all your takes on All-Star Batman and Robin? I liked it. I don't think it's the greatest Batman story ever told, and that's what you should center your Batman on, because I think Robert, it's hard to describe, but you got to look at it in the context of the timeline of Batman. That story really works coming out in the 2000s during a certain era and a certain trend. And Morrison was really popular and hitting on all cylinders. The now non-binary Grant Morrison, totally level-headed dude. But he wrote a lot of great stuff. But it also works because there was decades of good Batman before it, and it was kind of a little twist on something that needed a little twist. after decades and decades and decades and decades. Is it the thing you start out your movie universe with? Fuck no. 100% no. But a damn good comic. One of Dan's opera covers, he mentioned he has an Italian grandfather. He's also descended from Italians who ended up in South America. Oh, no. Oh, my God. We could be related then because I'm part Italian. Taker 610. That's scary. Tell some great Teen Titan Flash and Lantern runs. Oh, well, Marv Wolfman, George Perez is one of the greatest. It was a run so popular, it was outselling the X-Men with Byrne and Claremont. So the Teen Titan, Marv Wolfman and George Perez's Teen Titans for a time was outselling Byrne and Claremont's Uncanny X-Men. Then they had one of the greatest crossovers of all time. Go out and buy it. It's a great read. Dark Side, Dark Phoenix, Teen Titans and the X-Men. It's fucking fantastic. Fantastic. All right. I'm going to wrap it up there. Oi. That's it. You guys are awesome.
There's just some rants. Do you want me to read them?
Yep.
Jay Toma for $5 says, Gary posted on X a film set flooding with massive wall of water when the pool side gave way. Ooh, that's scary.
Ooh.
And the Pelinator 27 for $10 says, hey, Gary, happy Monday. Me and my dad saw F1 on Saturday. Easily best movie of the year. I think I copy and pasted the wrong one. Sorry. Jules, thank you for $5, says biggest hugs and love from me and DeWabbit. Okay. And the Accident Seller just came in with 50 Norwegian krona. The Babylon Project was our best last hope for peace. It failed dramatic music. Now it's our best last hope for victory.
For victory. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to go watch an episode right now. I'm so fired up. I love that show so much. I do. Thank you, X-Ray Girl, for reading properly. God, I'm going to focus again. What the hell is going on with my camera? Jesus. It's always something. It's always something being a YouTuber. Before you go into season 5 of Stranger Things, make sure you read the plot of Stranger Things, The First Shadow. It has extra info about Vecna. Please inform Mahler too. I will. And my hope against Hope Noob for 10 British pounds is Vecna's not the bad guy. Like, he's tapped into something truly Cthulhu. That's my hope, that it's not just another human. You know what I mean? I hope there's some supernatural, like truly supernatural and not science-based aspect to it. But that's me. But I will let him know. And the plays, they were just getting the play going when we were in the UK a year ago. So when I go back, I might watch it. I might fucking watch it. Go to the West End, hang out with the gays. So long, gay boys. So thank you, everyone, for participating or just watching or listening. Thank you for all the super chats and donations. We appreciate them from FNT and today. Thank you to the Nerdrotics for your fine work. I really do hope Superman is a fucking great movie. That would be awesome. Go watch F1. Hail Mary. Project Hail Mary looks pretty good. Ironheart sucks unbelievable ass and is the worst thing they've ever fucking made. And yes, it is woke as fuck. It's absolutely woke. Like in the most 2022-23 way, it is woke. Absolutely woke. And you guys are wonderful. You guys are wonderful. So
long, gay boys.